Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-dum-bum. Good morning to you all. It's morning. Hello, Iris. Iris is getting changed while she's listening to this. Look at Iris. Thanks for joining us, Iris. Welcome as always. Christine Fortunato. Hello, Christine. How are you? I hope you're well as well. Watching the Michigan versus Ethan Crumbley Miller sentence hearing. Not. Oh, you were watching Zachariah, weren't you, Christine? So not Zachariah. What am I on about? Shabizness. Shabizness. So yeah. Good morning to you all. I know that it's. Oh, you're driving to work. Oh. Oh wow. So it's like 7:15. Early riser. I like it. At least I know you probably dreamt about me all night last night. So you had sweet dreams last night, which is good. Um, do not frigging talk. Do not type. Or you can work it. You can put the words in, can't you? I'm not going to sing the song because it'll distract her. Guilty no can what surprise? No surprise at all to me. No surprise at all to me, Iris. I knew it'd happen. Do you know what I mean? Irresistible. That's what they call me. I can't sing yet. I need to get going with it. Oh, my recliner clicked into place. Oh, so yeah, I'm hoping today's going to be a good day. Gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. I don't know where I'm taking this. It's gonna be a good day. Christina, you rimming? Christina, you rimming? Christine Fortunato, are you rimming? Right, that's enough of that. Anyway, I need to find the stream for this. It starts in like 10 minutes. I'm not found a stream yet. Um, Good morning. How are you? Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Ooh, I said, ooh, I said, oh, I said, oh, bam, 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 bam. Need to find this. Bam, 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 bam. Is there a way you can get court documents for the kids for Ethan Crumbley? Uh, just the at, as the gavel drops thingy Discord. I imagine. I'm not sure to be honest with you, Christine. I don't have any documents. Sorry to say. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry because because right. Let's find the bloody link. Come on, why is it so late? Oh, that's why. It's not even half past eight yet. I thought it was half past eight. Jesus. Anyway, I can ignore that now then. I did think it was half past eight. My apologies. It starts in 10 minutes. Uh, who's sucking, Heidi? Oh, all right, you're sucking. Good morning, driving and listening. Work sucks. Oh, no. Well, you're watching your business. Courageous. How was that? Was your business all right for you? I hope that was good. This is all right as well. Yesterday it was interesting. Hopefully today is just as interesting for this one, the Miller Miller hearing. I didn't I didn't like the prosecution. I didn't like the people on the what do you call it? The witnesses yesterday. So we had a bit of a rager here yesterday. Jamie sucking. That's what we're all about. Jamie sucking. Jamie's rimming. Jamie's rimming. Jamie Jamie's rimming that ass today. It's a bit long that, isn't it, Jamie? But Jamie's rimming. Iris is driving. Everyone's driving. No, don't worry about Heidi. If you're watching today, it's a fresh start. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life, and I'm feeling good. Dun, 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 dun. I'm feeling good. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you drive away, Heidi. You drive away. We're driving. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Bit tired today. Missed you as well, Heidi. I thought you left us. By then I remember your business is on. Oh boy, Mr. Insults. Well, we're talking about ramming that ass of yours, Jamie. Well, not yours, a lot of people's. And I thought you would be in the club, Jamie. A rimming, because I bet you like a good rim job, Jamie. Let's be honest, yeah? So we can sign you up to it. Because Irish and C Swept, they're in already. Lady Law's in. We put your name down anyway. We knew we'd be up for it. Going to do any new cases next week? No, Christine. No, I do not believe so. Do not believe so. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing next week yet. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. I don't even know what I'm doing this afternoon. I wasn't into the business dirty, but oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No, I didn't watch. Didn't watch hardly any of it. All I knew was that she did something about dildos and she was sucking some male parts she shouldn't be. I can't say it because obviously I'm not past the 2 hour point yet, so I cannot say anything. Um, oh, yeah, Joe, you need to be at the top of the club, the rimming club. It's all good. It's all good. No, Christine, I did not watch it. I did not. It wasn't before my time. All I said was tune a glass. You're driving, so it does make sense. Turn a glass, Jamie. Don't know what that means. A new word here, rimming. Yeah, she brought it up. She was like, Iris was like, I love rimming. I was like, fuck, hello? Iris loves the rim jobs and sea swept and Lady Law. I don't remember who else does. Uh, we're not doing law and crime today, that's for sure. Rim of glass. Did you? Rim of glass? I'm not sure. Oh, you did, because you were going to put a rim of glass up there, weren't you? That's what it was. I was like, oh, Irish loves a bit of rimming. That's what it was. I remember now. Devil Pucks is a 40. I've no idea who Devil Pucks is, Christine. Oh, if you mean Darren Books, I won't be covering it. Plenty of other people be covering it. Don't you worry about that, though. Dee, 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 dee. Dee, dee, dee. Come on. Where is everybody? Right. No, Law and Crime still haven't got it up. I think Law and Crime are covering it, Christine. So you're best off watching it there probably anyway. So they're covering it. They cover everything, don't they? So rimming. That's how it started as well. The rim. You talk about rim of a glass cleaner, and we turned it into going up your hey hole, and then we're rimming. We're rimming that. Well, I won't say it. We've said it enough now. We'll bring it back out when we got members only streams and other occasions, obviously. Dee 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 dee. Yeah, yeah. Right, I'm just waiting for this. I know I sang to my nieces and they were like, "Oh, give us a song because you sing on stream." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Please stop singing. You're an embarrassment to us. You are an embarrassment to us, our family, the family's name, and everything." I know how he is, Irish. He loves to turn it on his head when you say so. No, you should have been here because I think she brought it upon herself about rim of a glass and what she was going to do with the rim of a glass. So, and then he was like, I knew where she was going to stick it. Thanks, Christine. No, it's fine. We don't know. I don't know even know what I'm doing for dinner tonight yet. So, Law and Crime will be covering everything you've just mentioned anyway. So, but thanks anyway, Christine. No, he has to do it since. Yeah, yeah, I've said that. I do enjoy singing it, mind. I can't be honest. I think it's very catchy. We're rimming, we're rimming, we're rimming that ass today. I think that's catchy as hell. Ba 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 ba. Everything's so slow. It's like I'm still going to cool, cool. I am, yes. I am the one and only. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. I am the one and only. Right. It's all good, Christine. It's all good. Keep watching whatever you want. More than welcome to keep watching. More than welcome to keep watching. But there's so many other streams going on anyway, Christine. Don't feel the need to otherwise just watch here. There's loads of streams to watch, Christine. Your next number one hit, Rimming. Can you imagine if I brought that? So I put Rimming into Google search the other day. I was gonna put like a poster of it. I just put Rimming and I also done Pornhub. Just everything. I was like, okay, yeah, we're not putting that on. They're not putting that on thumbnails. That is for sure. Right. Right, I cannot do that. I need to refresh this. Refresh this, refresh that, refresh everything. Um, right, I need to find the stream that I want. Okay, I got it. I got the stream I want. I got the stream. I've got the stream. I've got the stream that I want. Ooh, that I want. Ooh, ooh, let me get it up, baby. Let me get it up, baby. Let me get it up, baby. Oh, oh, oh. All right then. Okay. I've got the stream and I will put it up here. Good morning, Murph Turf. Hello, welcome to you, Murph. Murph's Turf. Boom, boom. This is Murph's Turf. So F off. This is Murph's Turf. Yeah. Thanks, Murph's Turf, for coming in, saying hello. I always appreciate you. I'm just gonna. I got the stream I'm on. I got it. I got it. Yeah, baby, I got it. Share screen. Share screen. Most people are driving right now, so be careful out there, people. That my voice isn't too much of a distraction. This is Radio, the alternate corner, Radio 1, coming to you all in America. Boom, boom, boom. There's no one in the UK watching, listening. All right, let's zoom into the officer, shall we? All right. Um, Let me get this one up, and I'm in the stream now. Nothing else, Iris. Dirty. Right, share. Right, got that. Get the volume going. Get this going. Get it up. Get it up. Volume should be up now. Okay, so they're not there yet, but when they are, we're all ready. See, it's worth coming on a bit early just to get everything done. Um, so those who have not watched this, the Miller hearing, the state put forward a case to make sure that Ethan gets sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Now, what makes it difficult is that he's a juvenile. He is, I believe, now 16 and he was 15 at the time. So that's the red flag. Um, this is just for the judge. There's no jury or anything, just judge listening to it. Yesterday was frustrating because basically they're just, same with the Parkland trial, they've just turned it into a trial. just to showcase what he did and stuff. It's a bit like, well, I understand if a jury was here, but it's a judge. So he's read all the documents, he knows what's going on. Um, and the state attorney kept on objecting to everything the defense did yesterday. And it was highly annoying. And some of the witnesses were, well, one of the witnesses was very annoying as well. And the way she turned it out to be all about her. And she did get shot. She did in her arm. I granted it, but love, you're bloody still alive. There's four victims that have died and their family are behind you. So let's not make it about you. She'll have her day in court when it comes to the civil trials and stuff like that, and I will support her on that. But this is about whether he gets life with or without parole. Imagine it's going to be quite hard for him to get life without parole. However, after listening to the little, I was going to say little shit yesterday, I would be inclined to give him life without parole. Now, obviously, everyone can rehabilitate themselves, and yeah, he did have a bad upbringing. I mean, his parents need to have the book thrown at them. But come on, he did some stuff. Like, he knew what he was doing, it's premeditated. He knew what he was doing. So I'm a little bit like, hmm, hmm. So my opinion is that after well, I mean, it could change again. But after hearing his testimony, yes, not testimony, his videos and listening to that and hearing it, how he was gonna change the world, it was horrible to listen to. Um, I'm not sure he can change this significantly. So I don't know. But anyway, even if he doesn't get parole, he's still gonna be in prison for, I imagine, 50 plus years. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think he's coming out very, very soon. However, I don't know. It is Michigan, and I don't know how it works in Michigan. So you see, you start up with the trial, and everyone leaves. Why are you leaving for? Oi, come back. Okay. One girl. I appreciate most people are driving, so I'm not going to ask the chat to chat because you're driving. But thank you everyone that did pop in. Some of you probably left now, which in some cases is not a bad thing. If you know, you know. Um, but yeah, this should start. Well, I mean, it should have started by now, but you know what it's like. These things, I prefer these times because it's nice for me. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon for me, which means I can stop at a reasonable time this evening. But if you're in Texas or if you're in Portland or anything like that, then oof, this is tough. Tough going, especially if you're in California. Oh, California, dun, 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 dun. California, California. It's been out for a walk today, but it's not that nice there. Not that nice today, if I'm being honest with you. I should really tweet this out, but I don't think it makes much difference. I'm on the Twitter with the blue or it's not Twitter. Is it Twitter now? It's the X or whatever it's called with a blue thingy mark. I don't think it makes any difference to me. I'm not sure why I bothered paying £11 a month for it. The only good thing is like anyone that knows me well. Like I just type and I don't even look at my spelling mistakes. So it has saved me a couple of times, but not very often because even if I make mistakes, I just can't bother to edit it. So actually, yeah, do I put? I might just finish it. I might just finish it. Save £11, £11. Let's go through. Oh, I need to stop Shopify. That's what I need to do right now. Thank you, everybody, for not reminding me. Jesus, I could have been charged a ton again. Stop my account because I've got a day left. Section, no, confirm. And if it comes today, I've got a surprise today as well. If it comes, don't take that the wrong way though. If I'm saying you come in. Right. I need to. How do we do this now? How do we stop? Because this is like fifth. Well, basically $75, $80 a month I can save just by shutting down this my shop. And yeah, I've got a surprise coming from Amazon today. Hopefully, people will like it. It's more for me. I mean, I know the girls are gonna like it. They wish they had one. Um, Now I don't know even how to close this down. How do I close it down? This is great. They never make things simple, do they? Oh, that's the way. You hear van somewhere. No, not that one. No, not that one. You have to bear with me for this one. I mean, there's not many people here, so whoever's here, you have to bear with me. Whilst I try to figure out how to cancel this shop. Hmm. This no. Hmm. No. Settings maybe then. Oh, it's got more things here now. Settings, right. Let's have a look. I don't like too many plan. Is this it? Yes. Deactivate store. Right. Switch to basic yearly. No. Switch to pause and build. No. Start new store. No. Deactivate store. Your store for now. I'll come back when you're ready. Your store's information will be retained for 2 years. Happy days. Reason I, I'm not making enough sales. Continue. That's fine. Oh, deactivate store. That's that's $35 saved. Now for the other one now. Get in. Right. I don't remember what it's called. Shopify, I think. I don't know how I remember this right now. Shopify is not a store. My store. Where is it? Come on. Come on, judge. We want the judge. Judge, judge. We want the judge. Judge, judge. No. They don't make things easy, I can tell you that much now. Need help, yes. Help center. How to stop. Subscription. Right, we will. Who else? Who's here then? Who's here? I know people driving. If you're driving, don't answer. But if you're not driving, say hello. Sarah's not here because it's still early in Texas. She's got children and she'll get here probably in the next, I imagine, 20 minutes. Oh, I hate this. Come on, do it simple, guys. How the hell do I do this? Manage my stores, but it doesn't give me payments. Right, hang on then. Cancel subscription. Woohoo! It's another $30 saved. Um, cancel subscriptions. Happy days. Yeah, yeah. Happy days. Yeah, yeah. I've cancelled both. That's literally about $70 I've just saved. I'm the best. Yeah, yeah, I'm the best. So I'm simply the best. Boom, boom. Right, on a serious note, Lawyer's Kid. Hello, Lawyer's Kid. How you doing? Better than all the rest. Do, do, do. Better than everyone. Do, do. Better than all the rest. So, Lawyer's Kid, join in. Yeah. Knock out the door. Wow, wow. Wow. I don't know what I'm singing. Anyway, Lawyer's Kid, hello. Most people are driving at the minute, Lawyer's Kid, but they will be here about, oh, it's really early in a lot of places, I imagine. Well, if you think about it, it's 7:45 now. Here she is. Here she is. I knew she'd be here. I told you, I estimated you'd be here by 8 a.m. your time, but you're here earlier. Happy Friday, everyone. What did I miss tonight? Nothing. Missed nothing, Sarah. You haven't started yet. You just missed my singing. Missed my singing, and we were singing about rimming again, and that's about it. We got Iris in the car, Heidi's in the car. I'm not sure if they're still here listening. Jamie popped in, Christine popped in, Lawyer's Kid just popped in, Murph Turf popped in, and now you're here, Sarah P. So welcome everybody. Spider Girl's supposed to be here today. I'm not sure if she's going to come back. So yeah, we've literally missed nothing yet. It's not started. Everyone's in court, but it's all quiet. It's quiet. It's so quiet. Oh, Tony's going. I do not like that blonde woman. Oh, Judge, she's a victim. Judge, she can't. She should be spoken to like that. Shut up and sit down, counselor. What? All right. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So I haven't seen for a while now is Erin Hack. I got Erin here though. I'm not seeing her for a couple of days, so hopefully she's okay. Right. Taco, 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 taco. Right. Let's get. Shall I go up there? Shall I? No, that's not one. No. No. There. Or do I prefer to go up top?
All right.
What,
Welcome,
what do you
County
prefer,
Circuit Court
ladies?
session with Honorable Kwame
You
Rowe
prefer to have
presiding.
on the top or on the
Thank you.
bottom?
Good morning.
Which
You
would
may
you
all be
prefer,
seated.
girls? Oi, oi. Oh, cool. She's around. Yeah, I know she business and stuff. So as long as she's right, taco. Yeah, I'm sure which ones the ladies prefer, me on top or on the bottom. I might go bottom. I'm feeling lazy today.
Your Honor, calling People versus Ethan
Oh,
Crumbley,
middle.
case number 2022-279-506 FC.
Thank you. Good morning, council. Appearances for the record.
Karen McDonald, on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Mark Keith, on behalf of the people. David Williams, on behalf of the people.
Paulette Michelle Lofton, on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Amy Hack on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Deborah H. McKelvey, on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Thank you, and good morning to everyone. You all may be seated. With that being said, we're going to continue the Miller hearing this morning. Before we get started, are there any preliminary issues that we need to address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Here we go. Your wish is my
Your Honor,
command,
at
lawyers.
this time, understanding your previous ruling and protecting the record, we're moving to strike the testimony of Ms. Darnell. We're also renewing our motion to exclude the testimony of the students in this case. At this point, we are at a Miller hearing. We are post adjudication of guilt or innocence. At a Miller hearing, the focus is on Mr. Crumbley and 5 factors: his chronological age and the hallmark features of that age, his family and home environment, the circumstances of the homicide offense, and the effect of familial and peer pressures. And in reviewing the case law, what that means, Your Honor, is this a solo offender situation? Is it a multiple offender situation? If it's a multiple offender situation, what role did this particular defendant have in that? Obviously, that's not the case in this particular instance. But the other part of that is what effect.
She's got the worst job in the world because she's got to interview or ask questions to all the victims. But I do agree with you though. But I agree with her here. The prosecution, all they're doing is bringing in victims. But that's not Miller.
On this event, did Mr. Crumbley's adult, familial, and peers have on this offense the incompetence associated with his youth and the possibility of rehabilitation? Yesterday, the testimony from Ms. Darnell got into things like how that she communicated with her family, whether she had any regrets about how she communicated with her family, how she was feeling, and things of that nature, which is clearly inappropriate for a Miller hearing. It is appropriate, and our legislature has provided in 769.25 subparagraph 8 that testimony, that information is appropriate for the sentencing. We are not here at this point for sentencing. That's a future event. And absolutely all of that testimony and the testimony of the students is relevant at that, for that victim impact. So for those reasons, Your Honor, we all have a job to do. We tailored our questions to what information, if any, they had, these students and Ms. Darnell and any other school-related person has relative to these 5 factors. Some of those questions are going to be answered no. Unfortunately, some of those questions are going to evoke some emotion, and that's the nature of this case. But setting all of that aside, if the testimony is not directed to those 5 factors, it is not appropriate to be presented in this hearing and is inadmissible. And for those reasons, we'd ask that her testimony be stricken. She can absolutely come in at sentencing and make all of those comments, as well as the students.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff.
Agree with her.
People, your response.
Your Honor, both myself and my office are well aware of what a Miller hearing is. We conduct them frequently. We accept our higher standard, and we accept and believe we should follow the law. Part of the Miller hearing, we know from Taylor now, is not just about the 5 factors. It comes under the umbrella of it has to be proportional. The defendant in this case and how he committed this crime and the circumstances around it are highly relevant. The defendant himself expressly wanted to inflict pain and suffering on his victims. And so the testimony is squarely part of this case, and it is absolutely appropriate. I want to say a few things about what happened yesterday. First of all, this is not a jury trial. Your Honor is the trier of fact. And if there is evidence elicited about somebody's suffering or trauma that you don't think expressly relates to a Miller hearing, or whether or not it's part of fashioning an individualized sentence, Your Honor can disregard that and has told us both in his written orders and in chambers just now that that's exactly what you're going to do appropriately. So that's one thing. The second thing is the defendant's actions and what he stated he wanted to do and how he did it are why we are here. The fact that counsel somehow believes that our only obligation and duty here is to just state that he killed 4 kids and injured 7 others is preposterous.
It's not.
He executed students at point blank range. He wrote about how he was going to do it. The circumstances around how he carried out that crime and his behavior and his demeanor and his interactions with these students are at the core, not only of this hearing, but at the core of why I made the decision. I'm the elected, I'm standing here, and there's a reason, because I believe juveniles should be treated like juveniles. I also believe there are rare exceptions. And this is one, and I believe that, and I will stand by that. But the reason I made that decision together with my team is solely based on these horrific details in the way this crime was committed. And so to say that we shouldn't somehow say it, we shouldn't somehow allow people to take the stand and tell the truth is offensive.
I hate this.
And I want to say one other thing. We understand this isn't a victim impact statement. We understand that. We have told every single person that we've interviewed about testifying, listen, you're not here to talk about how this impacted you going further, which, by the way, is a really tough thing to do. It's a really tough thing to do, to put somebody on the stand who until this moment didn't even want to be on this campus knowing that the defendant was sitting over there in jail. The sheer presence in the room with him is traumatic. It's a tough thing to then say, don't talk to me about your pain. It's absolutely relevant in the context of the interactions that each of these people had with the shooter. I'm about to call 2 students. They are minors. I will not do that. If the court is going to allow counsel to stand up and badger repeatedly people who have gone through trauma and ask them about facts that they have stated already on the record they don't know. I will say right now, the 2 students I'm calling, they don't know. They do not know about the defendant's background. They do not know about what the Miller factors are. They don't. I don't discuss the Miller factors with them. They do not come in here with a message of vengeance. They did not sign up to do it. And furthermore, they do not waive their right under the Crime Victim Rights Act to, and I quote, the right to be treated with fairness and respect for their dignity and privacy throughout the criminal justice process. And I don't know what anyone else in this room thinks about yesterday, but you can't call that treating a victim with dignity and respect when she's shaking and she's repeatedly said, I don't know about Miller factors. I don't know about this defendant, and I don't want to.
Aaron Rodgers.
We'll follow the law, and we're going to do the right thing. But I am not putting students on the stand.
Oh, she's a righteous fucking bitch. I hate this woman so much. I'm sorry. I got to pause it. I hate this woman. This is a Miller hearing. She is putting people on stand to listen. Oh, this will happen and everything. We know that guy in the orange jumpsuit is guilty. He's going to be thrown in jail for a very, very long time. All this is about is whether he's going to be sentenced with parole or no parole. She's putting people on there. What's the defense supposed to say? What's the defense supposed to say? The defense are captured because they're not allowed to say anything or ask any questions. No, it's a Packers one. It's a Packers one. I bought it just for you, Dave. I know, Sarah, but this woman annoys me. I think she's well and totally out of order here because she's literally putting a sandbag in everybody. We have to play by her rules, and that's it. Keepers Miller. It's not a jury, it's the judge. Keepers Miller, that's it. It's a Miller's hearing, keeping the guidelines. If these guys know nothing about Miller or don't fit in it, why are you putting them on the stand for? Don't put them on the stand. Bring them back for impact statements and for sentencing, but don't put them on the stand now. So she could go. I wish it was 2 hours in because I really want to drop some F bombs.
To be re-traumatized for no reason whatsoever. So I would ask that you instruct counsel to act professionally, and when a question is asked about something and a witness says and a victim says, I don't know, to not repeatedly ask and argue. It's not appropriate. And I have stood here, and I have sat there, and I have sat there, and that is not how we should conduct ourselves.
That's not what
Thank
happened.
you. With that being said, I'll start with counsel's last statements. As I indicated yesterday, I did continue to sustain the people's objection as Ms. Hopp continued the line of questioning as related to Ms. Darnell. And so I did sustain that objection, as I indicated to counsel several times, to move on from that line of questioning, as that witness had indicated that she had no information as relates personally as it relates to this defendant before the court. She had not met him before. She had not met him in the lunchroom because that line of questioning had come up. And so the court had indicated at that time to counsel, please move on from that line of questioning. And I indicated again that the court is sitting as the trier of fact. This is not a jury trial for both sides. This is a Miller hearing, as both sides have told the court. The court, again, is sitting as the trier of fact. And so I'm able to discern what's relevant to the Miller factors and what's not relevant to the Miller factors. And so I've been listening very closely to the testimony. I've been listening very closely to the arguments of counsel. I've been taking notes, and I've been paying attention to the witnesses on the stand. And so, again, I'm able to sparse out what's relevant to the Miller factors and what's not relevant. So first, as it relates to defendant's motion to strike the testimony of Ms. Darnell, again, I'm denying that request. The court will place the appropriate weight on her testimony as it relates to the Miller factors. And again, the court will take the Miller factors, and then I will take the facts of this and figure out which of the facts from this case supports the Miller factors. And so that's the appropriate thing to do. And I've advised counsel multiple times through a written opinion order, as the people pointed out, also in chambers. And so I believe both sides are aware of what this court expects moving forward. And I don't expect any witness to be put on the stand and badgered by either side. And so I expect for all of us to treat everyone that comes into this court with professionalism and dignity, as everyone should be treated in this court. Next, as it relates to the two minors testifying, again, the court does not know what these minors will testify to. And so I cannot exclude testimony that I don't know what the witnesses will testify to. These witnesses may very well add facts that are relevant to the Miller factors, or they may very well add no facts that are relevant to the Miller factors. I don't know because I don't know what they're going to say. And again, I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to listen to them very closely as I've done with other witnesses. And those things that support the Miller factors, I will take into consideration. Those things that don't support the Miller factors, again, I'm the trier of fact and I will exclude those. With that being said, the motion to strike the 2 additional witnesses is respectfully denied. Again, let's treat each other with respect. Let's get this hearing done today, hopefully, because again, as I indicated to council, I would like this done today instead of going into next Tuesday. So please, let's use our time wisely. Again, the court has made this ruling and I've made this record multiple times. And so I don't expect to have to revisit this issue on either side. And so please abide by the rulings of the court so I don't have to make this ruling again. With that being said, anything else we need to address before the people recall their witness that defense did not have a opportunity to cross-examine?
Not from people, Judge. Thank you.
Nothing from defense, thank you.
Thank you. People, you may recall your witness. I'm sorry, I'm looking for his name.
It's Detective Edward Rogowski.
Thank you, sir. You may
Oh,
approach the
go.
witness stand.
Dave, I've not seen you for ages. I bought this. I've had it for
You may
days.
also be seated in the witness box, sir.
Yes, sir.
I've been waiting for you, Dave. You've not been here.
And sir, you are still under oath.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Defense, your witness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Can you state your name again for the record?
Edward Wogrowski.
All right. I want to go over some of the things that were found first on Ethan's phone, okay?
Okay.
You were able to look at the internet search history for a few months prior to November 30th, correct?
Correct.
He was a good witness. He
And
was a good
if you
witness.
can look at Exhibit B.
Okay.
You would agree with me that a website that was visited daily was LiveGore, correct? Or almost daily, I should say.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware the contents of that website are extremely graphic?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a website that actual footage of crimes, murders, and assaults are posted, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to draw your attention next to Exhibit A.
Haven't this
And I want
tournament.
to talk
no.
about some of the Google searches that were done by Mr. Crumbley. I'm looking specifically at page 19, November 29th, 21 at 8:48 p.m. So about an hour before he made that video that we were shown yesterday. You would
Okay.
agree with me that he looks up, should you do something that can imprison you?
Yes.
At 8:47, should you do something that scares you?
Yes, he did.
All right, I want to draw your attention to page 183.
1 second, please. Okay.
Specifically November 24th, 2021 at 11:51 p.m. What happens if you have depression and anxiety? Would you agree with me that's what he typed in?
Yes, ma'am.
That same day at 8:41 p.m., he Googled, what is mental illness?
At 8:40 on the same page?
It's the same date,
Oh, I see. 8:41 p.m.
41.
Yes, ma'am.
He also looked up anxiety disorder and what can cause mental illness. That may be it.
Yes, ma'am. I see it.
All right. 187, page 187. We're looking specifically at November 21st, 21 at 10:16 p.m.
Oh, what page, ma'am?
187.
187 is all November 24th.
All right. If you go, I think it's probably just the next page. It's in the same succession. We're looking for November 21st.
Okay.
10:16 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
He's looking up what is the difference between the Army and Army Rangers, correct?
Correct.
He then goes on to look at what age can you join the Army Rangers? What age can you join the Army?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
At 10:10 on that same day, November 21st, he looks up what if you don't know if you want to be in 10th grade?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
He goes further to look up, can you get arrested for not going to school?
Correct.
At 9:45, he looks up, what are the necessary grades for high school, correct?
Correct.
He goes on further to say what gets you, or to look up, what gets you held back in school?
Correct.
What is the sense of college?
Yes, ma'am. I see it.
What does it mean if you aren't going to college?
Yes, I see it.
Can you get in trouble for not doing homework?
Yes, I see it.
I'm going to draw your attention. I believe it's 1,116. We're looking at November 11th of 21, specifically 12:07 a.m., which is a school night.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
He looks up, am I a sociopath?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
It then appears that he did a test to discover if he was a narcissist.
Which one are you referring to?
It's in that same succession around 12:07 a.m.
I see that, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He looks up, what is a psychopath?
The same day.
It may be the following page, but it's the same date. It's just in the succession of those searches on that date and time.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a sociopath?
Are you asking me what is a sociopath?
No, I apologize. He also Googles, what is a sociopath?
Correct.
He Googles, what is it called when you want to kill?
Correct.
He Googles, how do you know if you have gone insane?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Earlier in that night, I believe we're looking now at 1124. He Googles, what can hormones do?
Correct.
How to tell your doctor that you have depression?
Correct.
Can a therapist tell the police about a confession?
Correct.
He Googles, can a therapist tell your parents?
Correct.
He looks up, what is OCD?
Correct.
So now we're looking at November 10th at 11:48 p.m. Again, a school night. He looks up what to do if you have thoughts of hurting people.
Correct.
How to tell your parents that you have depression.
Correct.
And it appears in the couple of pages following, he actually took a test to discover if he had depression.
The website would make you believe that. Yes, ma'am.
So I want to skip ahead to October 12th. I believe we're looking at 1,975. Again, October 12th, 1:10 in the morning, a school night.
Yes, ma'am.
He Googles, what chemical reaction happens when you go insane?
Correct.
I want to skip to September 9th of 21. I believe now we're at 2,172.
Okay.
At 10:37 a.m., he Googles, will blood come out of a dog when dies from heart failure? Correct?
Correct.
What if a dog convulses and dies?
You searched that? Correct.
Yes. He searched, what causes a dog to die from not breathing?
Correct.
He searches, how to move a large dead dog.
Correct.
He searches, who do you call if your dog dies?
Correct.
I then want to go to September 3rd. We were at 2,185 at 8:01 p.m.
Okay.
He Googles how to be a fighter pilot in the Air Force, correct?
Correct.
How do you join the paratroopers?
Correct.
So I want to move on to a different exhibit. I want to talk about the messages between, you want to go to exhibit F.
Okay.
And these are from a cell phone that was reported to be Ethan's, correct?
It appears so by the participants listed at the top. Yes.
Okay. Would you agree with me? This is from 2016, correct?
Correct.
And at 10:11, or on 10:11 of 2016 at 10:05 p.m., a school night, the text messages are, Mommy, can I get out of here?
Correct.
He then texts his mom, I don't want to be alone, correct?
Correct.
On 10:22 of 2016 at 10:14 p.m., Ethan texts his mom, I don't like being home for too long, correct? Looking at page 14.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
He then texts, please no.
Correct.
No 11 o'clock, no later.
Correct.
Just be here at 11 o'clock.
On the next page, yes,
Yes, sir.
correct,
Mommy, can you please be home now?
correct,
Can you please be home?
correct,
10:49 p.m. Well, let me back up. There's no responses, correct? During those messages. Okay. I'm going to skip to 10:59, same day. I just don't feel good. That's all. Correct?
correct,
And at 11 o'clock, we receive what I believe to be a response from the phone number listed as Jennifer's. And the response is, "It's okay, buddy. We're right down the road and the neighbors are watching the house. I'm out with the ski patrol celebrating. It was a big deal today. Please understand." Correct?
correct,
I want to look at those in the same messages from January 24th of 2017.
what page are you on, ma'am?
It would be page 41.
Okay,
Again, we're looking at text messages sent by Ethan at 1:05 p.m. Mommy, correct?
correct,
No response. At 4:55 p.m. He sends a text saying, "The rest of my tooth is coming out. Please come as quickly as you can." Correct?
correct,
No response.
correct,
Moving on to the more recent text messages, page 113. On March 9th of 2021 at 7:50 p.m., Ethan messages, "Can you come home now? There is someone in the house, I think." Correct?
correct,
Someone walked into the bathroom and flushed the toilet and left the light on. Correct?
correct,
And I thought it was you, but when I came out, no one was home.
correct,
There is no one in the house, though. Correct?
correct,
Dude, my door just slammed.
correct,
Maybe it's just my paranoia.
correct,
But
Definitely.
when are you going to get home?
correct,
And there's no response, correct? Not on that day.
correct.
We're rimming. We're rimming that ass today. Sarah P. Sarah P's a dirty P. I got it at 1.25 just to catch her. Oh, no, I haven't.
All right, now skipping to page 131. We're talking about messages from March 20th at 2:34 p.m.
Okay,
Ethan sends a text that says, "I cleaned until the clothes started flying off the shelf." Correct?
correct,
This stuff only happens when I'm home alone. Correct?
Correct. correct,
Again, no response.
correct,
Spidey, I agree until I read his submission, his video about how he planned it, what he was doing, why he was doing it, and how he pre-planned it and everything. That's where he lost my sympathy a little bit.
Page 152, there's an incoming text message from Jennifer that says, "Your gun came." Correct?
correct,
And that's April 21st of 2021.
correct,
We're going to look at page 202. On 10/11 of 2021, Ethan texts his mom, "Make sure to get the MP40 on Amazon." Correct?
correct,
And type it exactly like this, MP40. Make sure to add the dash in it. That's how you will find the one for $185. Is that
Correct.
correct? And Jennifer responds, "Okay." Correct?
yes, ma'am,
We'll move ahead to page 214, the bottom of the page. Jennifer texts Ethan, "Seriously? Question mark. Looking up bullets in school? Question mark. Correct?
Correct.
Ethan responds, what? Oh yeah, I already went to the office for that. It was in first hour. All I did was look up a certain caliber at the end of class because I was curious. It was on my phone. Completely harmless. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
And at some point, at about 12:13, Jennifer responds, let me back up. Ethan texts his mom previous to that. This is not something I should get in trouble about, correct?
Correct.
And Jennifer's response is, you're not. They left me a voicemail. Correct?
Correct.
Following page 217, Jennifer texts, did you at least show them a pic of your new gun?
Correct.
And he responds, no, I didn't show them a pic of my, it says God, but I believe it was supposed to be gun, correct?
It says, no, I did not show them the pic of my
My
God.
God,
Yeah.
yes. On the following page on 218, Jennifer responds, LOL, I'm not mad. You have to learn not to get caught. Correct?
Correct.
If you could go to exhibit G.
So you said G?
G, yes. We're looking at the messages, Facebook messages between James and Jennifer Crumbley. That is something you were able to pull off of the phones. Is that correct?
This would have come from a search warrant
Okay,
return.
understood. So you would agree with me if we're looking at the first page there. Unfortunately, they're not numbered. James messages, I just picked up Ethan, rainy, no snow, LOL, correct?
Correct.
Jennifer responds, is he still being weird and depressed?
Correct.
And James responds, no, correct?
Correct.
And these are, the dates on these are 10/27 of 2020,
Done.
correct?
Yes,
Defense.
ma'am.
I want to
You
then go
work
just
now,
to
Iris?
the next physical page, and we're looking at messages from March 8th of
Yeah, she's defense.
2021.
Defense.
Jennifer messages James, why isn't he home yet, correct?
Is Dave's here?
At the bottom of the page.
Defense.
Correct.
Defense.
He should be home by now, correct?
Correct.
She then states, freaking out.
Correct.
He responds, he does not get home till 3:16, correct?
Let's go, Iris.
Yes, ma'am.
Jennifer responds, I told you to pick him up because he's upset, and I don't want him to do anything stupid, God damn it, correct?
Correct.
And James' response is, dude, chill, he's fine. I'm just trying to fucking work.
Correct.
Well, that's not good for my.
She then says, does he have his phone, correct?
Correct.
And James responds, yes, but he won't answer while he's walking. I'll let you know the minute he walks in.
Correct.
And Jennifer's response is, I'm seriously freaking out.
Correct.
The next page, we're looking at messages that were retrieved from March 19th of 2021. Jennifer texts James, Ethan awake, question mark.
Correct.
Response, yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Following page, Jennifer asks, how is he?
Correct.
James responds, he woke up looking like he had way too much to drink last night, complaining about a headache, correct?
Correct.
She responds, well, he was really worked up and out of control, so I can see why.
Correct.
James responds, I apologize. Jennifer then sends another message. All I know is he needs to eat, go to work hard, and not complain, and he'll be able to get his stuff back, correct?
Correct.
Later in the conversation, James messages, he said, let me ask you a question. Why am I in your guy's room? LOL.
Correct.
And Jennifer responds, capital letters, OMG.
Correct.
James then messages, I totally thought you were giving him a Xanax last night.
Correct.
Jennifer says, does he seem better? No, melatonin.
Correct.
Jennifer messages, but he hasn't had one before. Should have only gave him half, correct?
Correct.
James then messages, he is just doing his school, says his head hurts. He took some Tylenol, correct?
Correct.
Later in the message at the bottom of the page, Jennifer says, does he remember what he did? Correct?
Correct.
Following page, James responds, dude, I am working on a demo right now. I've not talked to him and he's doing school.
Correct.
At 2:06 p.m., so a little bit later, Jennifer then turns the discussion about the horses. Are we going to the barn, correct?
Correct.
And James responds, was plan on going out after I take Ethan to work, correct?
Correct.
Jennifer asks, how is he doing, correct?
Yes.
Following page, James says, he says he's not feeling well and headache, but he's got to suck it up.
Correct.
Jennifer then says, are you giving him his phone? I don't want him going on not feeling well.
Correct.
And James responds, I will give him his phone. He has to go to work. Can't call out 1.5 hours before a shift. That's shitty.
Correct.
I want to then move to the next page. We're talking about March 29th of 21.
Okay.
In a message that Jennifer sent to James, we're looking at the third line of that larger message at the top of the page. Do you agree with me that she says, Ethan's braces, those need to be handled. They need to come off. I'm not investing any more money in those.
Correct. That's part of the message. Yes.
We'll move to the following page. Specifically towards the bottom of the page, April 29th of 21. Message from Jennifer. I wonder if we can get Ethan's counselor at school to talk to him. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, we're going to skip a little bit ahead. We're looking for, and again, unfortunately, these pages are not numbered in the discovery. Looking for a date of April 29th of 21.
Okay.
Jennifer messages, Ethan home, question mark.
What time is that at?
It's at the very top of the page. Looks like the previous page says the time is 12:52.
Correct. I see it.
Okay. And James responds, yes, I picked him up, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Jennifer says, how is he?
Correct.
And James responds, seems fine. I left a message for the school counselor earlier. The office person said they were leaving early but would call me back tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
Now, you also examined messages between Ethan and a juvenile that he was in constant communication with. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll have you look at Exhibit H. You would agree with me that from these messages, you can tell that these two individuals spoke nearly daily and all day long, correct?
Correct.
Even into the very early morning hours. and late evening, correct?
Correct.
So we'll start on page 1522. We're talking about March 3rd, 21, 5:12 a.m. I know they aren't, but I still have extreme paranoia, correct?
Well, I gotta point something out
Sure.
that it's UTC time on there, which means it's not adjusted for the actual time.
Okay.
So it should be more like 1 in the morning or something like
1
that.
in the morning. Okay.
But yes, he says it.
Following page, he then messages, my brain literally makes me see that there is someone standing there when there isn't, correct?
Correct.
Like my arm would move up by itself. That's how bad paranoia I have.
Correct.
We'll move to page 1690. We're looking at messages from March 10th of 2021.
Okay.
Holy shit, there's actually is no one home. The door opened, the light turned on, and I saw and heard someone walk out, but no one is home, correct?
Correct.
He then moves on to say the toilet even flushed.
Correct.
And fucking tank is barking now.
Correct.
I'm not joking, RN, or right now, correct?
Correct.
I'm legit scared.
Correct.
We'll go to page 1697.
Okay.
In the middle of the page, he messages, dude, help. Correct?
Correct.
Following page, dude, there's a ghost in my house. I'm not fucking joking.
Correct.
Page 1702,
Okay.
the bottom of the page, and that's the same day, same time, same discussion thread. I texted my parents, but they haven't responded.
Correct.
All right, let's move to March 17th of 21, which is page 1953.
Okay.
Would you agree with me? Obviously, I know that the time is not accurate like it's stated, but would you agree with me early morning hours?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
One thought that keeps coming back to me is how after school I have no plan in life.
Correct.
I'm most likely going to be homeless.
Correct.
I have no desire to do anything.
Correct.
Following page, it's what keeps me up all night.
Correct.
I want to then draw your attention to page 1959. We're still talking about the same day, same thread.
Okay.
Ethan messages, and that when you're an adult, you can't go back, ever. You're stuck going forward until everything turns black, forever. There won't be anything after life for the rest of existence, correct?
Correct.
Never, ever will there be another life. Never, ever can you go back to your young life. The end is near and is getting closer every second.
Correct.
I then want to direct your attention to page 2041.
Okay.
We're looking at messages from March 17th. Dude, I keep hearing footsteps, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll move forward to page 2043 in that same text thread. I kind of do hope you can get FN back. I take that to mean Fortnite from reading the messages, because I am legit shaking RN right now. And my mom had the audacity to not respond to me. Correct?
Correct.
Something is in the living room again. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Page 2045,
Yeah.
that same text thread.
For me, it's
Help me,
more the
dude.
parents'
Oh, fuck, I'm
behavior as
having a
well.
heart attack. Correct?
Correct.
Following page. I have to get out of this house. There is shot, I believe it was supposed to be shit, being thrown around. Correct?
Correct.
And you would agree with me that for the next number of pages, Mr. Crumbley is indicating all of these things that are occurring in the house.
Correct.
We'll jump ahead to page 2051, same text thread. My parents aren't even answering back. Correct? At the top of the page,
Yep.
2051.
Correct.
I want to jump ahead to page 2386.
No, agreed, like it.
Specifically a message where the time is listed 3:50 a.m.
Don't know what that is.
Obviously, I know that that time is not
I'm
correct,
Mitzville
but we're
House,
talking
don't know
early
that is.
morning hours, late evening, early morning hours.
Correct.
I'm always right, Iris.
He sends a
Being
message
lawyer's kid.
stating, I had a fucking breakdown 2 days ago after work, correct?
Correct.
Now my mom thinks I take drugs, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Like she thinks that the reason why I'm so mad and sad all the time is because I take drugs and she doesn't worry about my mental health. Correct?
Correct.
Following page. I try to act happy for them because when I'm grumpy, then I get my shit taken away and yelled at. And then they make myself look like I'm causing all the misfortune. Correct?
Correct.
Following page. They make me feel like I'm the problem. I fucking
No,
lost
Google
it
it
in the
now.
shower.
Never heard of it.
I had no memory
Mitzville.
of that night. Correct?
Correct.
Following
Is this another
page.
porn site or something?
From what my mom said is that I went outside on shorts and talked to myself. LOL. I don't know if that's true. Correct?
Correct.
Following page. Doesn't sound like me, and I don't even remember it.
No, never
My
heard of it.
dad is just mad and sad, and my mom makes everyone feel like a piece of shit. Correct?
Correct.
No. I don't do horror
We'll go to
movies.
now
never heard of this case either.
2393. Same text thread. Now we're looking at, it says 3:55, so even later or earlier in the morning. I'm also hallucinating. Sounds crazy, but I am a little
Real
bit.
lawyer's kids.
Correct?
Correct.
Following page, same text thread. Like I hear people talking to me and see someone in the distance. Correct?
Correct.
Following page, same text thread. I actually asked my dad to take me to the doctor yesterday, but he just gave me some pills and told me to suck it up.
Yeah, I just read it. Never heard of it.
Like it's at the point that I'm asking to go to the doctor.
Correct.
My mom laughed when I told her.
Correct.
Heidi's always behind. Heidi loves being behind. Don't you, Heidi?
We'll then skip to page 2411.
Okay.
Same text thread. This is the first time I have told someone, but in Spanish class before break, I was dozing off and I could see a girl with short blonde hair standing right next to me and say, "Will you be mad if I wake you up?" Correct?
Oh, true.
Correct.
No one listened. No one listened. Hurry up, Heidi. Heidi, no, I'm not doing it. We could have hung
We'll
out.
then go to page
One's house.
2415.
I don't know if he had friends. It doesn't say it for his friends.
Okay.
I know you probably don't even believe me, like I'm just doing this for attention. Correct?
Correct.
I'm not, man. I need help. I was thinking I calling 911 too, so I could go to the hospital. Correct?
Correct.
Following page, but then my parents would be really pissed.
Correct.
Stop swearing. I'm going to be limited. Sarah, can you tell her to stop swearing,
Following
please?
page, sometimes I even tell myself that I am, but then like who? Who am I doing this to get their attention? There's no one. Correct?
Correct.
Then on page 2421, the juvenile that he's texting with says, "When did all this bad shit start happening?" Correct?
Correct.
And Ethan's response is 2 weeks ago. Correct?
Correct.
On page 2429, looks like it's the same text thread. I just want things to go back to normal. It's the only thing that has been going through my head for a month.
Correct.
Following page, I never know when I'm going to hear a voice or see a person standing at the end of the hall in my
And
house.
Sarah, thank you.
I
Appreciate
even
it.
see it at work sometimes. Correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it does. I didn't know that he had friends until I saw that. I mean, they're going to get me demonetized. Swearing, dirty mouth she's got. I bet she's dirty in bed as well. You know what I mean?
We'll then move
Dirty
to
mouth.
page 2436. Looks like it's the same text thread.
Okay.
Ethan texts, "Everyone needs a safe place in their life. I don't feel safe anywhere." Correct?
Correct.
Following page, same text thread. I'm going to ask my parents to go to the doctor's tomorrow or Tuesday again.
Correct.
But this time I'm going to tell them about the voices. I only told them about the people I saw.
Correct.
Page 2440, same text thread. Like I'm mentally and physically dying.
Correct.
You would agree with me from review of these messages in October of 2021, the messages stopped, correct? The
Correct.
responses stopped, I should say.
Yes.
And in reviewing those messages, you did not find any explanation from the juvenile that he was texting as to why there was no more response, correct?
Correct.
Thank you very much. I have no other questions.
Thank you. Redirect.
Thank you. I'll be very quick, Judge.
Thank you.
Detective, you weren't in the courtroom yesterday when we put on the record, but we stipulated to all these exhibits. It's part of the record. That's what she read to you. That's what the defendant wrote. So I just want you to understand that.
Okay.
That there's no quarrel there. So you reviewed the entire phone. You reviewed the images, the text messages, the Facebook messages between James and Jennifer Crumbley. And I want to talk to you just a little bit about what else is there. So we hit on a lot defense counsel hit on the months of March and April, in the springtime of 2021. So while the defendant was also texting these text messages to his friend, he was also writing about certain themes. And as you review the phone, certain themes appeared. Is that right?
Correct.
These themes were hurting the defenseless,
Correct.
specifically children. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Multiple text messages about the desire to drown children.
Yes.
She was awful, that woman yesterday, and the prosecution, the woman gave her like, oh, they cannot treat our witnesses this way. This F off. Denied, yeah. But the basically the defense went, look, this is a Miller hearing. All that testimony yesterday, you can bring that into like the impact statements and for sentencing and stuff. Bring it in then, no worries at all. But the defense were not contesting that. They're like, what's the point of that witness yesterday? What is the point of some of the witnesses they're going to bring forward? Is nothing to do with this hearing. It has nothing to do with the Miller hearing. So the judge said, look, I can make a difference. I can tell the difference between if it's relevant and not relevant. And the prosecution were like, can you also tell the defense not to treat witnesses like they did yesterday? It's disgusting. Oh, just grow up, lady. Don't put them on the bloody stand then, you muppet.
A desire to kidnap and rape a fellow student.
Yes.
A desire to torture kids.
Yes, sir.
Also, a theme emerged about the need to kill an animal to satisfy an urge. Would that be right?
Correct.
And so we displayed some text messages yesterday. That went from March of 2021 all the way to late June of 2021. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, one of the text messages was, I need to kill again right now. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, sir.
Now, according to Exhibit 55, that's the People's Exhibit 55, the search items that you testified to regarding the keyword school. At least according to one search of the defendant's phone, at least if you the attack on Oxford High School.
Correct.
I have nothing further to that.
Thank you. With that being said, any reason why this witness should not be excused?
None at all.
No, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, sir, you may step down. You may also leave the courthouse if you wish.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. People, you may call your next witness.
I just want to alert the media that our next witness is a minor.
Thank you. With that being said, I am asking members of the media, please do not photograph or video record any minors that will be testifying. Please turn your cameras away from those individuals. You can still record their audio, but please do not capture their faces and broadcast their faces. Yes, if you can face it down or towards someone else, I would greatly appreciate it.
The next two witnesses are minors, we
Thank you.
believe.
You're going to stand in the witness box. My clerk is going to give you an oath, and then if you could, please affirm that oath if you're going to tell the truth. That being said, if you could, please administer the oath.
Please raise your right hand. Under penalty of perjury, do you swear or affirm the statements you're about to make to this court will be the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you. And Heidi, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Thank you. And Heidi, do you understand the difference between telling the truth and a lie?
Yes.
And obviously, if I said I had on a red robe right now, would that be the truth or a lie?
A lie.
Thank you. And on this record today, do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could, please tell me your full name and then spell your last name for me.
My name is Heidi Allen. Allen.
Thank you. People, your witness. And if you could, you have a very light voice. If you could, please just
Yes.
keep your voice up for me, okay? Thank you. People, your witness.
Good morning, Heidi.
Good morning.
I know you can project your voice.
Okay.
So I want you to do that.
I will.
You're 17, correct? You have to say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. And you're still in high school.
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Oxford High School.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm going to be a senior.
Okay. You're off for the summer right now.
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been going to the Oxford public schools?
Since kindergarten.
Okay. So you live close by, and that's the school you've gone to your whole life.
Yes.
Okay. What grade were you in on November 30th, 2021?
I was in 10th grade.
Okay. And if you can remember, you were a sophomore, correct?
Mhm.
All right. Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. What was your schedule like? What did you start in the morning, or did it change each day?
I believe it changed each day, but I don't fully remember. I know my schedule for that day.
Okay. Can you tell the court what your schedule was that day?
Yes. So first hour I had language arts, and then I can't remember my second hour. But I
Okay.
know third hour I had chemistry, and then fourth hour I had choir. Wait, I don't actually remember. Oh wait, I had Chinese fourth hour,
Okay.
and then fifth hour I had math. Sixth hour I had choir, and then seventh hour I had history.
Heidi, when was your lunch?
My lunch was during fourth hour.
And the way it works is it's sort of in the middle of fourth hour, is that right? Or
Yes.
is it- Okay. I'm going to direct your attention over there
Mhm.
to that screen.
Yes.
Can you, Mark is going to put the dot where you tell him that, where were you eating lunch?
I was eating lunch in the commons.
Okay. And do you remember about what time lunch ended and you headed to your next class?
So lunch ended, and I went to fourth hour, and then fourth hour. I'm not sure what time it ended. I
Exactly.
actually don't remember what time it ended.
It's not even jewelry.
Where on the map is
It's
your
not
fourth-
jewelry here.
My fourth hour was 5:16 classroom.
Right there?
Yes.
So you can see those numbers up there. That's impressive. Okay. So
That's impressive.
you ended fourth hour, correct?
Yes.
All right. And what did you do next after fourth hour? Went out during passing time?
Yes.
Okay.
After passing time, I went down the 400 hallway.
Okay.
And then I went down to all the way unto 241 to drop my stuff off.
Okay. About right there?
Yes.
Okay. And you dropped your stuff off. What kind of stuff?
Just my backpack and my phone and probably my coat at the time. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
you
it
were
was-
using lockers at the time because
No,
of
we were
COVID,
not
correct?
using lockers. Yes.
Okay. So you drop your things off and you still have some time. So what?
Yes.
okay.
So I actually had to use the bathroom in my fourth hour class, but I decided I'll just go before fifth hour.
Okay.
So then I went down from 241, and I could have gone to, I was debating going to the bathroom across from 233, but I ended up going to the bathroom right after 258.
Right up there?
Yes.
Okay. Where the red dot is.
Yes.
All right. And you used the bathroom.
I didn't make it to the bathroom.
Okay. So you're heading down the 200 hallway. Have
Yes.
you turned the corner yet when you noticed something was unusual?
No, I turned the corner and nothing was unusual at that point.
Okay. When did something occur that was
So it was right around the middle of maybe 256 and 258 when I noticed the shooter came out of the bathroom.
Iris bringing up the arse again. See, you're the one that brings it up all the time, Iris.
But I didn't notice anything was wrong at first until when I heard everything, I heard a gunshot and then I saw what was happening at the same time.
okay?
I know quite a few Heidi's,
The
but
defendant.
they're all mental though.
When did you first see him?
When he came out of the bathroom.
Okay, and did you know him?
Yes.
Can you describe what he was wearing and what he looked like?
Yes. He was wearing all black and a hat and a black mask and just all black pretty
Okay.
much.
How did you know who it was?
So we weren't friends or anything. I just knew of him. We had gone to school since middle school and he'd always been a classmate, but I think I had only talked to him maybe once or twice.
Okay, so how would you describe him in class?
He was very quiet.
Okay.
He didn't answer when people talked to him. It was just quiet.
Okay, so you didn't at the time know anything about
No.
him. You weren't friends.
No.
Okay, you never socialized with him.
No, not
I
really.
mean, doing things outside of school.
No, never.
Okay, but you did know his name.
Yes.
All right. And when you looked up and saw him, what did you think?
Well, a million things went through my head at that point, but I knew exactly who it was, but I just couldn't. At the same time, I just thought there's no way that could be him.
Okay. When did you first notice the gun?
The gun when it first went off. Actually, when he walked out of the bathroom, I noticed, but I didn't really process it until it went off.
Okay, and how did you notice? What did you see?
He had walked. Can you explain?
Was there a gesture or something that?
Yes, he did a gesture that was up and down with
Okay, can
the
you
gun.
show the court?
Yes, it was like this.
Okay, the record should reflect she's raising her right arm level with her eyesight.
Thank you. So reflected.
And that's when you noticed it was him.
Yes,
Okay, and you just said, I didn't believe it was him.
I just
What
thought
do
no
you
way.
mean when you say that?
Because I just didn't understand how somebody could do something like that. Just anyone, you know?
Okay. You saw the gun,
Yes.
and then what happened?
And then, so it fired off. And for me, it felt that there was a pause, but everything kind of slowed down for me from real time. It was all very slow motion. So I had covered my head, and supposedly, what I remember, I dropped down. And
I want to stop you for just a moment.
yes,
What was the hallway? What was it like? How many kids were in the hallway at that point, and who was in front of you?
oh yes, okay.
Around, did you know at the time?
Yes, Phoebe was right in front of me.
Did you know Phoebe?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay. Did you know anyone else in the hallway at that time?
No, actually.
Okay.
Not really. So Phoebe was in front of me, her boyfriend was next to her, and then there was a group of girls across from me, and then it was very quiet. There was no screaming, nothing. It was just the gunshots.
And how many shots?
I don't know. It
And
was a
what
lot.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like a balloon popping or like a locker slamming. It was very loud.
Okay. And you said you dropped down?
Yes.
Okay. Did you drop down because you were hit?
No, I dropped down because that's just what I had. My reaction
That was your
to.
instinct?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do when you dropped down?
I just prayed and I covered my head because I didn't know if those were my last moments.
What happened next?
Since it was slowed down for me, what I remember is him running or walking past me, and I just closed my eyes because I thought he was coming up to me.
How did you know he was walking past you?
I don't know. I just could feel it.
Okay.
And then I just closed my eyes, and then eventually I realized he was gone because I opened them to look around, and he was gone.
What did you see, Heidi, when you looked around?
I saw two girls across from me, and then down the hall was another girl
When you say that you saw them, what were they doing?
just laying there. And then I saw a girl in front of me.
I want to, I'm sorry, but you have to keep your voice up just a little bit.
Yes,
Okay?
yeah. And then there was a girl in front of me who was the only one who was responsive.
So responsive to what?
Yes, so I asked everybody in the hallway from where I was at if anybody had been hit, and nobody had answered me because they couldn't.
Okay. And one person did?
Yes, but Phoebe answered me.
Okay. At the time, did you know her name?
No, I did not.
All right. What did she say?
She started to cry. I don't exactly remember her exact words, but she just started to cry. So then I had told her that she was going to be okay, and I helped her up. And then I had to figure out where to go. So, but at that point, there had been an announcement made when I was on the ground. And so I had to figure out where to go because all the classrooms had been shut at that point. Thankfully, there was a classroom that was open, and it was,
Can we look up at the
yes,
map?
258.
So that classroom just happened to be wide open
Yes,
and no one was in it.
yes.
Do you know why?
I think the teacher had a prep hour.
Okay. Heidi, you said you saw the defendant lift his arm.
Yes.
You saw the gun. Did you see anybody get shot?
Yes.
Who?
I saw Phoebe get shot, and I saw her boyfriend, and then I saw the group of girls, and then I turned away.
Okay. Do you know how many shots there were?
I have no idea.
Okay. So you see the empty classroom.
Yes.
And then what happens?
I helped her get up, and then I took her into that classroom, and immediately put the safety lock in.
The night lock?
The night lock, yes.
Heidi, how did you know how to install the night lock?
Yes, so we've had drills every year since middle school, and we had a drill the month prior, and a teacher had randomly called on me in class to go put the lock in, and
How
at the
many
time,
people did she call on?
just a few.
Okay.
But it was me, and then she counted down from 10, and I didn't know how to do it, and I couldn't figure it out, and so she came over and she showed me exactly how to do it. So then when that moment came, I knew exactly how to do it.
Do you
Put
think
it
you
in.
would have
Caught
known
up
if you
here,
hadn't done
Heidi.
that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So is Phoebe standing at this point? Can she walk?
Yeah, she was walking, so I helped her up. And as soon as I put the lock in, I took her to the middle of the room, And
What were you saying to Phoebe? What was one of the first
That
things that you
answer?
said?
she's going to be okay.
Okay.
I just kept reassuring her that she was going to be okay. I had no idea.
Was
I
she
don't.
making any kind of noise verbally?
She was crying, and I don't fully remember what she was saying, but I don't know.
Okay, and were you trying to be quiet?
I was trying to stay calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get the night lock in, and then what do you do?
I took her to the middle of the room, and then I asked her where she had been shot, or where she had been hit, and she didn't know, but there was just blood everywhere. So
What do you mean when you said blood everywhere?
there was just blood on her clothes.
The
and
judge
then it was
knows.
starting to get on me, but we didn't know where it was coming from.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I had asked her where it hurt, and then she said it was in her arm. So I thought maybe it was in her arm, but then she took her shirt off, and it was right on her chest area. And then there was another shot, I believe, on her neck. And so I immediately took her sweater and I put pressure on it because that's all I know how to do. I don't know how to handle that stuff because I just never learned how.
Was she laying down at this point, or
She was sitting up.
okay?
So we were sitting on the floor. She was sitting up, and then I started to pray with her because I didn't know what else to do. And
What did you say to her?
I asked her if she knew who God was, and she had said not really. But I said I think I'm supposed to be here right now because there's no other reason that I'm okay. That I'm in this hallway, completely untouched.
Heidi, do you know if you were the only person in the hallway that didn't get shot?
I don't know.
Everyone around you did. Yes.
Yes.
So you're praying with her,
Yes.
and then what do you do?
So after we prayed, I needed to find a phone because mine was still in the classroom. I don't bring my phone with me anywhere. And so then we went all the way to the back where there was a school phone, and she asked to call the police. And I said, I'm sure they're already on their way. I know a million people are already calling them. So then
Were you hearing any sounds at this point?
there was just some slight gunshots, but at this point, probably not.
Okay.
So then she pulls her phone out, and then we went to the farthest point from the door we could. So, and the lights were off. And
Oh,
then
you
we had
are
called her mom.
awful.
And then we had told her mom what happened.
Who was talking to you?
Me.
What were you saying?
I
Iris,
said, well, she
love it.
initially answered the phone, and then she said, Mom, it's me. I've been shot. And then I took the phone and I started talking like she's gonna be okay.
What was her mom's reaction? Had she already heard about the?
No, she obviously had a hard time with it.
What does that mean?
She was panicking,
Okay.
and so she was trying to talk with her, and so I was trying to talk with her as well, just to reassure that she's gonna be okay, and just to keep her with me. And so then and then she had to go because she had to call her dad. So then when she hung up the phone, I called my dad. I mean, I tried to call my mom twice first, and then it wasn't working.
It wasn't a number she knew.
No, yeah, exactly. It wasn't a
This was
number she knew.
Phoebe's phone.
Right.
Okay.
And so I called my dad, and my dad answered like immediately. And I had explained to him what happened, what was going on. And then I started to get worked up. And then he said, just keep doing what you're doing. You got to stay calm.
What were you worked up about?
I started to realize what the situation was,
What was
And-
the situation?
that there was a school shooting. And
I mean, this is
I
ridiculous.
started
Now.
to get worked up about that.
Did you have any siblings in this school?
I do have a sister that was at the school, but she went to the school, but she had online that hour, so she was not there.
So you hang up with your dad, and then what do you do?
After that, I believe she called her mom back, and we just kept talking to her until I heard people in the hallway that I assumed to be police.
And do you know if you can remember where you saw the bullet holes in her body?
Yes, it was about right here,
And you're pointing to your
my
left
chest.
like right around where your collarbone is?
Yes.
Okay.
And then on her neck,
Your left,
Lower
left
neck.
side of the neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then her mask had blood on it, but I'm not sure if she was shot on her face or not.
Okay. And what's happening to her physically during this time? Is she continuing to bleed? Is she?
Yeah, she was continuing to bleed a lot. So
Was she in pain?
Yes. Well, at first she wasn't. She couldn't feel anything, and then the shock kind of started to wear off. I think so. Then she started to cry, and I had taken my sweatshirt off because hers had been soaked. So I took my sweatshirt and I put it on her, and I just kept talking to her to stay with me.
Okay. And was she getting, did you feel like she was getting to the point where she was going to be unconscious, or was she alert the whole time?
So she had been alert, and then there was times where she would start to zone off, and that's when I really had to just talk with her just to keep her with me. But I don't know.
Okay. Are you continuing to put pressure on her?
Yes, the
Okay.
whole time.
And how long were you in that room, if you know?
I have no idea.
What did it feel like?
It felt like a really long time.
Okay. And what happened so that you could actually get out of the room and get her help?
Yes. So I did end up
Something's
having
got to
to
be
leave her
muted.
because she was all the way in the back, and at that point she couldn't move anymore. So I had to run back and forth just to see if anybody was coming, and then finally I saw police there.
So where were you? How did you tell someone was coming?
No, I agree with
I
you.
could hear voices in the hallway.
Okay.
Just it
Was
sounded.
Was there a window on that?
There was a window. Yeah.
Right. This stupid woman, Blondie, was all very passionate this morning. Very, very passionate about, where the defense are, these understand they're all victims and the defense are treating them so badly. Look here, MF, K-A-E-R, mother F-E-K-E-R. She's just as bad. You're making this girl go through all the shooting again. So if anyone is distressing her, it's her. Why are you making her go through everything? It literally doesn't matter what happened because the judge is not basing any of this on the Miller hearing. So this woman just wants empathy and sympathy, and that she's using it as a trial for the people behind her, for the families. But it's not supposed to be this. Oh, this woman, this judge doesn't know what a Miller trial is because I don't even know what a Miller trial is. This judge definitely doesn't know what one is. This is a trial to see if he's guilty. He's bloody guilty. He's either going to get life with no parole or he's going to get like 50 or 60 years with parole. That's all we need to decide. Let's get the key points in. The judge is not dull. He knows that the shooting happened. We don't need to hear all this stuff. So, you, counsellor, shut the F up and stop making her relive all of this and blame it all on defense. The defense have to ask the questions. Right, hang on. This is perfect for a victim impact statement. Perfect. How it affected her, how it affected her friend, what she went through. Absolutely. All of this is victim impact. Absolutely. Let's get it in there. No problems. This is not the stage to do all this. I would have massive empathy for this girl and Stan now if this was victim impact. I have zero empathy because this is nothing to do with the sentencing. Oh. Thank you, spelling bee. I was trying to think of how to say motherfucker without swearing, and I just did it. Oops. The guy before now, excellent witness. Excellent witness. He obviously he was there, he knew what happened. He could tell the judge, tell everybody what his records were, what his phone was saying, what his parents were saying, where he was at. Brilliant. No issues whatsoever with that. That was really informative, everything. This is just more like, how did he feel? Oh, I prayed for God. What did that do? Did the girl pray for God? No, I tried to phone her father. I think as well, this is probably me ranting like this and stopping trials are probably why people don't ever watch trials with me. But I can't help it. I know other people don't do what I do, but I just can't help it. I know I annoy people by doing it, but I can't hold it back. I gotta just let it burst sometimes. Um oh anyway, right, let's get back to it. But this woman's annoying me now. She needs a right poking. She needs a right rimming, she does.
Yes.
So you
So
were looking out?
yes, I kept looking out the window, and then I finally saw like police officers.
Were you worried it might be did you know where the shooter was? Did you know if this was still going on?
I knew that it wasn't the shooter. I just knew I just felt that it was one person, and I knew exactly who it was, and he wasn't in that area anymore.
Okay. At one point, did you get somebody to come and help you?
Yes, so I took out the safety lock, and they were helping other people and still running around. So
Hold on a second.
Oh.
You took it out because they told you to, or you took it out because you determined that it was probably safe?
I took it out because I determined it was safe.
Okay.
And I started yelling in the hallway that I needed help. And someone came in and walked in, but they weren't sure what was going on. And
When you say someone, was it someone in law enforcement?
yes, it was. I'm not sure.
Do you remember what color uniform he was wearing? Was he wearing uniform?
Yes, he was wearing uniform.
Okay.
Yes, and it was. Can I say his name?
Yes.
No. Okay, Sergeant Hubble.
Okay.
He came in and he didn't fully realize what was going on because he was so focused on making sure
Trying to get
everybody
this-
right. And so then I finally yelled and I was like, I need help right now. And so he came over and realized my hand slipped from her wound, and so he realized what was going on.
You didn't
So-
get slipped.
So when I was helping her, he asked her if she could get up, and she said, no, I can't move. And so my hand slipped, and then he saw that, oh my goodness, she's bleeding, like she's been
Because there
shot.
was blood on your hand, is what you're saying.
No, my hand slipped from her wound.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
And so then he helped me move her to a swivel chair.
A swivel chair?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he had left and then came back, and then we had taken her out into the hallway,
And Heidi, what did you make sure when she was on that chair when she got in the hallway?
that she wasn't faced the way that everything was being handled.
You did that?
Yes,
Why?
because I didn't want her to see it.
What did that hallway look like?
It was chaos. There was someone trying to be resuscitated, and whoever was helping her was yelling at her like, come on, you get this," and stuff, trying to just get her to respond.
Did you at some point learn who that was? Who was on that needed resuscitation?
Yes.
Who was it?
Hannah.
Okay. What
And
else
then
did you see?
then Kylie was sitting up, just sitting up against a wall, just zoned out, kind of, just nothing. It just looked like there was nothing there. And then Madison was at the end of the hallway, just by herself.
Did you know the names of those girls before?
I did not.
Did you see anything that made it seem like they were wounded?
Yes.
What did you see?
Well, by Madison there was blood, just a pool of blood, and then there was just a lot of blood on Hannah and Kylie, and you could see their wounds.
And Phoebe couldn't see this because you turned
No.
her. Okay. And what did you do?
I kept helping her, and we were still on the phone with her mom, and I just told her mom to keep talking with her just to keep her going. And then someone came over to help me, or wasn't really sure if I needed help, but I needed help, and so I was telling this person to help me. And so eventually she took the phone as I was still putting pressure, and then she held it while I talked with her mom, and the ambulance was just right outside.
And then at what point could you leave the school?
So they took Phoebe away, and I was still left in there. And at one point, an officer told me just to look at the wall, so I did, and I just looked at the wall.
Right. And how long were you there before you could leave? Your dad came to get you at some point, right?
Yes, I don't know how long it was, but it did feel like a long time.
Heidi, you've seen the video.
Yes,
Okay. I'm going to show it again.
Yes.
So that you can identify it. And this starts in the 200 hallway when you turn the corner.
yes.
And I don't think the media is filming Heidi or that image, correct? Okay.
And that should continue. You're not to record the video screen when sensitive information is put on the screen. With that being said, again, the court has reviewed this already, and so I will ask counsel to get through it, but you may proceed.
Okay.
Thank you.
She doesn't need
And Your
to even
Honor,
show this. As a judge said,
we're showing
I've
you
seen this.
is,
why are you putting
It's very difficult without watching this several times to identify who was who and what was happening because it all happened so fast. So I do want to show the court and point out exactly where Heidi was in relation to the shooter.
Well, she is, Murph. She is. Murph, if you look, yeah. This is annoying me, Murph.
And
I'll be
before
honest
the
with
video
you.
starts, I will note that if anyone that does not wish to watch this video, this is the perfect time.
This
to
is
step out of the
pointless.
courtroom.
Why are we
There's-
showing the video
there's a
again?
composure room that's outside of the courtroom, and so if you do not wish to watch it,
We literally
this
don't
is
have to
the
watch
time
this
step
again.
out.
The judge has
Thank you.
seen it. We don't need to see it. We don't need this testimony. This is not a trial. This is Miller's sentence. Ah! This is really pissing me off now.
Okay.
No, they're not objecting for anything because they probably think, oh, we're going to look like really bad if we reject. No, just object to everything. The assholes, what are they doing? This has nothing to do with the Miller hearing. But this is the judge will step in and be
Let me
like,
know when you appear on this.
I'm on the screen right now.
this is
And you're behind.
Yes, I'm behind the.
That's you right now.
Yes.
absolutely rubbish. No, it's always downward CG. Always downward. No matter what.
Just so I'm clear who you are on the screen. Are you the person on the left hand side, further towards the back?
Yes.
The cursor's on it right now.
Thank you.
Now you're not moving. But what's happening right now?
I'm asking if anybody's been hit. And then Phoebe was the only one that responded.
Right. No, Murph, this is not sentencing. This is not sentencing. This, you 100%. This is victim impact statement. Absolutely. This can come out. Not a problem. This can be done when sentencing happens. There's zero sentencing in this. The only thing that the judge is deciding here now is whether he has life, basically 50 years, 60 years with parole, or he has life without parole. All this testimony is all victim impact statements. This girl on the stand, she's coming back. She's coming back for sentencing. So when sentencing happens, she's going to have to go through all this again. This is nothing to do with Miller. This is what we're upset about. They're putting this poor girl through this for zero reason. That's what I'm really angry about. And I know that's what some lawyer's kid is really angry about. Zero pointless this is. She's going to have to go through this whole thing twice. It's disgusting.
And what are you saying to her? You both went in the room?
Yes. What am I saying?
Yes.
I'm asking her, or I'm telling her she's going to be okay. I didn't know the severity of where she had been shot.
You told her live she was going to be okay, correct?
Yes.
Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Hi, Crow Spies.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you. With that being said, cross-examination, please keep the court's prior comments in mind.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. With that being
Exactly.
said, any reason why this witness should not
This
be
is
excused?
completely pointless.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. You may step down. You may also leave the courthouse. Thank you.
Your Honor, may we briefly approach?
Next one. Next was exactly the same. Oh, Jesus. No, Spidey, it's not. Literally, he's got two choices to make here. Whether he gets parole when he's like 80 or not. That's all the judge is saying in this one. The choice is going to be afterward. Get all the experts in, get all the testimony in, not a problem. That is victim impact statement. That's nothing to do with this. He knows about all this stuff. Thank you. No, I was wrong, but for one, wrong. And I'm usually wrong, but this time I'm right, which is a miracle, really. Right. Yeah, because he's a minor, so that plays a part into it. No, Spider. Yeah, I think Spider missed yesterday. I think she missed the whole thing with the Miller stuff and what was allowed in, what wasn't, potentially. So maybe she didn't quite get the Miller part of it. I do feel bad for the kids, but I also believe in the. Despite they're going through this twice. They're going through this. The whole thing, what they're doing now, has nothing to do with it. Her testimony has zero to do with this trial, with this hearing. The judge doesn't use any of it because it's not Miller. He's not going to use any of it. What he will use that for is the next phase. So this one, he's not even going to even listen to any of that. He said that at the start today. He would only use anything relevant to Miller. Well, none of that is relevant to Miller. She doesn't know him. She doesn't know about his home life or how he's affected, stuff like that. It has zero to do with it. The next stage, the actual sentencing, he would consider that as part of it. At the minute, he's not using any of it. Same with the teacher. He said, I'll only be considering the parts that are relevant, which basically was nothing. That's why I'm annoyed about it. We're going through testimony where if she knew him very well and knew his home life and stuff like that, then it's relevant. But she doesn't know him. So that's why they don't question. That's why the defect in question. There's nothing to question. There's nothing that has any relevance to the Miller hearing. It's just, we had this yesterday. It was just so annoying. Don't get me wrong, Murph. I don't 100% get it fully, but they went through it yesterday in detail about what could be covered and what was going to be used. It was basically home life, like friends and how he was treated and stuff like that. None of this nonsense. Yeah, this is not sentencing. This is just a Miller sentencing hearing. It's because Miller's completely different. This is nothing to do with sentencing. This is just going to be whether he is entitled to get parole or not. So the judge will take this away and then listen to everything. Yes. So yeah, two choices. One, he will get parole, or one, he stays in prison for life. Now, because he's a minor, that's why we're having this. Because essentially, as a minor, he has a right for parole because to rehabilitate. But what the state is saying is that he does not deserve that. But what the defense are arguing is Miller saying, well, his home life affected it. He didn't have support. He didn't, basically everything was against him. Hey, no, sorry, well, no, I've not described it. It's just this is what was happening yesterday. According, well, whatevs. Anyway, that's basically it. Anyway, it's not anger towards you, but it's anger. We've been through so much of this testimony, and the judge even said yesterday that the lay witnesses that were pointless. It was like, okay, they might be pointless, but I know it's pointless, so don't worry about it. I won't use it against you. So, well, why put them on in the first place? Yes. Yes, that's when. So basically, everyone we've heard so far they're all come back giving the same testimony again. No, don't get me wrong. There have been witnesses on there, like the witness before this girl, excellent witness. He had loads of data, and he impacted how his parents treated him, what the text messages were like between them, some of the stuff the school did. So there's proper Miller stuff in there. It's real data, real detail stuff. So that was not victim impact stuff. This is, black and white. This is what's happening. This is what's been done. Proper Miller testimony. This, though, is victim impact stuff, in my opinion, anyway. Not serve life without parole. Yes. They want to accept it. Yes. As lawyer could say, why am I explaining it when we've got a lawyer here? What's the Jeff? That's your fault. I'm joking, Spidey. Basically, prosecutor has to prove that life without parole is necessary. What fact is he can't be reformed? You can after 30, 50 years, yes. Yeah. But they probably had to go through something similar to this as well, to do it. But that's essentially what it is, just to see. And then after all this, then it's going there. Yeah, Lloyd Kidd and Irish, thank you. I thought I explained it well enough. So thank you, Dylan. No worries. It's fine, guys. It's fine. No, I'm just mad about it. I think I got pent up anger issues because of yesterday and today. Where's that gone? I don't know. Oh, there we are. Okay. It's your fault. Nothing too bad was said or shown. So as I figured you'd have been safe. If you watched this trial, this hearing yesterday, you'd probably understand the frustration. It's just so I understand coming into day 2 hearing. Hello, who's that? Day 2 hearing is difficult, but for my sense, it's like we've been through this yesterday. It's like it's super, super annoying to have to go through it. Because this is the kids' testimony. I don't think we should be at all. All the families are listening to it. Yeah, no, I think that's the argument, mate. From what we know, I think it's more likely that he will get life without parole. There's one witness yesterday. She's really, really annoying because there's no right decision here. No, the teacher yesterday. This is why I'm up in arms about it. The teacher yesterday that made it all about her. She got shot like through the fat bit there. She made it all about her as a victim. It's like it's not about you. It's about who died. Because victim impact, that's where you can say your story. The defense were asking questions about, well, did you know you knew him? So, and she was like, no, I didn't know him. Right, okay, but what if you did know he had mental health issues? What did you do? She's like, well, I don't know. But she was a reporter in the sense of when kids have got issues, she's one of the people that goes through stuff with them and writes all the impacts and stuff down. And they're like, well, but if a student comes to you, what would you do? And she's like, I don't know. Like, well, but you're a reporter. You're supposed to be qualified to do this. So yeah, I don't know. So it's like, well, what hope has any student got then if you've actually got genuine issues? Anyway, that's my rant over. You've all pissed me off now, so I'm unhappy with everybody. I'm not really. I'm unhappy with the trial, but it comes off. I'm unhappy with all of you. I'm just unhappy with Spider Girl. That's all. And I don't like ranting and raving. Past the 2 hour mark now. I don't think this is why people don't want to watch it with me because I rant so much, but I can't hold it in. By the time he would get parole, he will never have a license for driving a car, has a job. Nope, lives on his own. So many things would make it extremely difficult for him to be able to function well. Yep. It's actually probably bad for him to go out into the real world. No, I don't. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't believe so. No, no, I don't think so. Well, I was saying that I don't know, but I don't believe they're testifying. Green Reach Law should have done old shabby law. What's that? What's your goal? Old shabby? What's that? All the advances of society would be very difficult. Yes. Squirrel, you are in a world of your own. You're such a weirdo. I have no idea what you're on about. You're probably on about Discord or something, but like it's 20 years maybe because he'll be in his 30s. Yeah, he's 16 right now. Yeah, I don't think they're testifying because we've seen it. They've got all their text messages and stuff like that they need. So go Spider, it's your birthday. Unpinned message up there. I'm gonna put a poll there, should I? Okay. Don't give in your business. Walking red flag. Don't call me a walking red flag. That's what people hate me call me. Red flag. That is motivation correct. No. No, so he made well, I mean, no, we don't read. So he made a statement yesterday, like a what do you call them? Oh, what do you call it? When killers manifesto. Sorry. Yeah, that's Sarah's got it. You better go in. Pierce the oh yeah, mitigation for mental health. Yes. Yesterday they played his video manifesto. It was very scary to listen to. His manifesto. So that's the only thing we have as a motivation. His manifesto was a long manifesto of why he was going to kill them, and his justification for it. And he was fully prepared. He's like, I know I'm going to be caught, and I'm fully prepared to be caught. And there's no. He also realized there's no death penalty, so he knew he wouldn't die. That he would be in prison for life. So he knew what the consequences were and everything. He did a lot of research, and he thought that he was the savior, basically, to open people's minds. With a poll, you can be honest though, because I just can't figure out how I'd only get like 5 viewers and everyone else has got over 100 on the same exact trial hearing. Already business and journals. Yeah, it's quite intriguing. I enjoyed it, except for some annoying things. No. Yeah. No, you think you'd get probably about 40 years, say. You know, Yeah, because I don't know, 25. If he had 25 years, be out by the time he's 40. Well, maybe the judge does that, or maybe the judge says, "Do you know what? I don't know, too young. I'm not sure if we can." Your brain doesn't fully develop to 25, I believe. Someone said yesterday, Sarah, maybe it was. Um, you've got opportunity in the next 25 years to rebuild yourself, and then the parole board can make a decision on you. Some lost teenage lives with an educational cap. Women games, yes. CG. No, like it wasn't a terrific life. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure there are worse out there as well. I know his parents weren't there. Sometimes he wasn't fed and stuff. But I mean, I think he had a roof over his head. And I'm not saying justifying it, but I think there were people that were worse lives out there. I'm waiting for my Amazon delivery and it still hasn't come. Those kids don't get a second chance on the other hand. Brains fully developed. He was incapable of understanding legal consequences. Well, his manifesto did understand. He knew that what would happen to him when caught. That's where I changed my mind from like parole to having life without parole. I decided, well, I think he should have life without parole because he knew exactly. He outlined exactly what was going to happen to him, and that he was never going to get a death penalty. He was going to get. He'd Google how many years he'd have with parole. Playing while having an Xbox. Yeah. Starving out. Yeah. Yeah. No. What, 30, 50 years with parole? No, whatever comes up, lawyers they keep cancelling. They keep cancelling the trial, so no idea to be honest with you. No idea, lawyers kid, but I will take a look. Start next week. No remorse, zero remorse, zero. He hasn't shown any remorse. Some kids have it much worse. I believe both his parents were involved in the side life, but something clearly wrong with him mentally, emotionally. Yes. And that's where everyone failed him. He did reach out, but no one, but still doesn't excuse the execution of four people. Parole board will say, "Oh, look, our pen's run out of ink. See you again in another 3 years." Yeah, another CG. Yeah, I suppose so. Yes. Yeah, I mean, Sarah will correct me, Murph, but Sarah or Irish will correct me, but I'm pretty sure he outlined exactly what he's going to get with parole. That he was safe because Michigan does not have a death penalty, so he knew he wasn't going to die. Interested in watching this parents' trial? Yes. Yes. I knew it. No one did anything to help. Yeah. So yeah, there is an element I feel sorry and said he did reach out for help, but no one helped him. So there is that. He even wrote it down that he needed help, but teachers, parents, everybody ignored him for it. But then his video manifesto. Oh, what was it, lawyer's kid? Okay. To be fair, that does make sense because where are you going to put them? There's a mitigating factor, ability for parole. Yes. The thing is, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer in all of this. I think you can justify parole and no parole. I don't think there's any right answer here. Whichever way the judge goes, people could be unhappy. So I don't know. I was no parole yesterday. Well, I started off with parole, but then I came back with no parole after his video manifesto. Now I'm a bit more like, well, but he's only 16. Can he actually change? He's not fully developed yet. Not the second hearing. I would agree, no parole. His goal was to kill as many people. Yeah, he wanted to kill every single person in the school. I forgot about that. As he could, knew he would go to jail and no death penalty. He wanted to kill. He apologized that families would have to go through that, but said it needed to be that way. Said that their lives would change forever. Yes. No one knows. I think all of the parents showed up just to put pressure on the judge. Yeah, I think so. You're right, Murph. I think so. Siblings and kids who were there, a lot of people in town who won't want him out ever. And it probably is not even safe for him to get out. I think, even going into this, I think the judge will have a good idea what he's going to do. The judge is only going to listen to the testimony of the experts. None of these other witnesses. So I think the last witness, or the first one today, was really good.
Thank you all. May be seated.
Your Honor, calling People versus Ethan Crumbley, case number 2022-279-506-FC.
Thank you. Appearances for the record.
Karen McDonald on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Marquise, on behalf of the people.
David Williams on behalf of the people.
Hello, Michelle Lawson on behalf of the defendant. Amy Happ on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Deborah H. McKelvey on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Thank you. You may all be seated. That being said, people, you may call your next witness. And for the media that's in the courtroom, it's my understanding that the next witness is a minor. Please do not, again, record or photograph this individual. Thank you. With that being said, please approach the witness stand.
Your Honor, the people called Keegan Gregory.
Thank you.
I don't know where you
Gregory,
are.
You're going to stand in the witness box. You're then going to face my clerk. She's going to swear you in, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Under penalty of perjury, do you swear or affirm that the statements you're about to make to this court will be the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please have a seat.
And Mr. Gregory, how old are you?
16.
16? Do you know the difference between telling the truth and a lie?
Yes.
If I said that I had on a pink robe right now, would that be a truth or a lie?
Lie.
Thank you. And you promised to tell the truth on the record this morning?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could just keep I know this is very sensitive, but if you could please just keep your voice up for me and try to speak like you're speaking to someone at the very back of the courtroom. You can't do any uh-uhs or uh-huns. Everything has to be verbal, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. People, your witness.
Thank you. Good morning, Keegan.
Good morning.
Okay. How old are you currently?
16.
And where did you end
Second.
your last school year? Where did you attend?
Oxford High School.
And how long have you been attending Oxford schools?
Since kindergarten.
Okay, we're gonna have to get your voice up just a little bit, okay? I know your family's sitting in the courtroom. Pretend like you're talking to them. And were you at Oxford High School on November 30th, 2021?
Yes.
What grade were you in then?
9th.
Ninth? Okay, so you were a freshman, which means you were probably only attending that actual building probably for a few months, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember November 30th, 2021?
Yes.
All right. I want to take you to around 12:30 that day. Do you remember what you were doing?
I was walking with my friends back from lunch.
You just have to speak up just a little bit.
I was walking back from lunch.
Okay. And if you see the map up there, where were you having lunch?
In the Commons?
Okay. Where the red dot is?
Yes.
All right. Keegan, how many friends were you walking with?
I think 2.
And you were on your way to what class? What hour, if you remember?
Fifth.
Okay. And which way did you go to your class from the Commons? Mark will move the dot when you tell him where you were.
And thank you. To be clear, the individual that's recording this, you're only showing the television. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I just want to be clear. You may continue.
Down the like middle right hallway.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. And how far did you go? Where did you end up?
I went all the way down, and then down the 400.
And then where did you go?
I started walking to the right with my friends,
Okay.
to the right, and then I split up from them and turned around because my class was the other way.
Okay. And what classroom were you headed towards?
Miss Schwartz.
And where is that on the, do you remember what the number of the classroom is?
245.
Okay, so right about there.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you make it to the classroom?
No.
What did you do?
I stopped to use the bathroom.
Which bathroom? Right there?
That one right there.
Near door 6.
Yes.
Okay. And when you went into the bathroom, was there anything unusual going on in the hallways?
No.
What was going on in the hallways? Passing time?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got into the bathroom, what happened?
I was using the bathroom
Mhm.
and heard shots.
All right. When you heard shots, what did that sound like?
Really loud.
Did you immediately think it was a gun?
No, I didn't believe it at first.
What did you think it was?
I didn't know what to think until I peeked out and saw people running.
So you actually opened the door and looked in the hallway,
Yes.
and you saw them running.
Yes.
Did you hear anybody? Were they screaming? Were they yelling? Was anything going on?
Yeah. Screaming and yelling.
Okay. And then what did you think?
That it was a gunshots.
Okay. So what did you do, Keegan?
I kind of went back into the bathroom in like shock, not
Okay.
wanting to believe it.
Keegan, I don't know if I asked you this, but how old were you on that day?
15.
Okay. You went back into the bathroom. Was anyone else in the bathroom with you?
Yes.
And you now know that person was who?
Justin Schilling.
Okay. Did you know his name at the time?
No.
All right. Did you see him when you went into the bathroom?
No.
Did you see him when you looked out in the hall and came back?
When I came back in, he was outside of the stall.
And what did he do?
He told me to come in the stall with him.
Okay. Justin's older than you, correct?
Yes.
Had you ever seen him before?
Yes.
Tell the court where you had seen him before.
When I was a freshman going into our like day where they would show us around the school,
So just 2 or
Yeah.
3 months before?
Yeah.
Okay.
he was one of the seniors that was showing the incoming freshmen around the school and helping guide them.
What do you remember about him?
I remember he sat with me and my friends in this group, and he was giving us Smarties and just laughing, positive.
Okay. So he was one of the seniors that was nice.
Yeah, and helping out.
Okay. But you didn't remember his name?
No.
All right. At the time, you were a few inches shorter, I think, correct?
Yes,
All right. And what's Justin's size?
he was a lot taller than me.
Okay. So he says, come into the bathroom.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm going to show a picture of that bathroom, but
Okay.
I'm not going to show anything. There's no evidence of somebody being injured. We've cropped it.
Okay.
Is that the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. The record should reflect we've entered this photo, but it contained the spot where Justin was shot. So we cropped that out. Now Keegan,
I'm sorry, before you move on, for the record, which exhibit number is this?
61.
61.
Thank you.
When you say he said come into the stall, which stall?
The larger handicap one.
Okay, so this one right there?
Yep.
Okay. And what did you do, Keegan?
I went in the stall.
Okay. What happened after that?
I squatted on the toilet.
Why did you do that?
So he couldn't see my feet.
Did Justin tell you to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So Justin told you to get on the toilet and just squat down so that your feet weren't visible under the stall.
Yes.
But what about, where did Justin stand?
The post to the left side of the door, where his feet were not showing, he stood behind that.
Okay. So was he facing you, or was his back to you when he was standing there?
I think his back. I think he was facing toward the door
Okay.
for most of it.
Okay. And what did Justin say to you, if anything?
Nothing for a while. We were on our phones.
Okay. Did you hear anything at this point?
It went quiet
Okay.
for a while.
And Keegan, you just told me you were on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you were doing is texting your family, correct?
Yes.
And you have a group chat, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you look up on the screen, is that your family group chat?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the group chat? What was it called then?
The fam.
The fam, okay. All of the writing on the left in caps, that's you?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like me to read that, or do you want to read what you wrote?
You can.
Okay. So okay, so at 12:52, the first text is help, and then gunshots, and then gun, and then I'm hiding in the bathroom, and then oh my God, and then help, and then mom. And by this time, this is all in that first minute, 12:52. Then they're right here. Right outside the bathroom. So that's all in the first minute. What were you trying to do
Stay quiet.
with the text messages?
Oh, I was scared. I was trying to communicate to my family.
Okay. And when you said they're right here outside the bathroom, what did you mean?
I heard one single shot right outside the bathroom, extremely loud.
Okay. And what did you think?
I don't know I didn't know what to think of it. Just
Okay.
scared.
And at some point, your dad responds to you, still in the first minute. What does he say? He says, just stay down. We can't come to you, but just stay down, quiet and calm. This is now 12:53, and you write, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
At this point, was it just still you and Justin in the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. At 12:53, Dad says that, then you say, I'm terrified. At 12:53 again, you say, oh my God. Your dad says, stay down and calm. You're going to be fine. We love you. The next minute, 12:54, Dad says, you there? Anything happening? Has it stopped? Keegan, who is on this text thread? Your mom, your dad, and who else?
My two sisters.
How old were your two sisters on November 30th, 2021?
One was in 8th grade and one was in 7th.
Okay. So it's you, your 7th grade sister, your 8th grade sister, and your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my little brother on his iPad is in there too, but
Okay. But
yeah.
We hopefully safely can say he was not reading these text messages. Okay. At 12:54, you say, someone in here. What were you talk to me about that?
We heard someone walk in.
Okay. Did you what exactly did you hear?
The door open and footsteps.
Did it sound like one person or more than one person?
One.
Okay. Did you look out to see who it was?
No.
Okay. At 12:55, you say he's in the bathroom. You're talking about that person, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your dad says, stay down and don't move, or engage. We love you. And then at 12:56, you say, he saw us. What happened that made you text that?
He kicked the door and it swung open.
Okay. So at that moment, is that the first time you actually saw that individual?
Yes.
When you say he kicked the door in, how hard did he kick it?
Decent, not super hard, but
Okay. And what did he do when he kicked the door in?
just stared at us.
Did he say anything?
I don't remember exactly.
Did you say anything?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay. Do you remember if Justin said anything?
I'm pretty sure we all stayed quiet.
Okay. And did he stay there with you, or did he eventually leave the stall?
He just stared for a second and then walked out.
So that individual that did that, had you ever seen him before?
No,
You didn't know who he was?
no.
Okay. You text your family, I'm with one other person. Did you mean Justin?
Yes.
He saw us, and we are just standing here. Are you texting that when he's still in the stall? Or
No.
after he leaves?
He walked out.
Okay. And then dad responds, just stay calm. Is he gone? Right?
Was that a yes?
Yeah, that's yes.
Thank you.
And you respond, no. He's standing here. I see the gun. Oh my God. When did you see the gun?
I first saw it when he kicked the door open
And where was he holding it?
on his side.
Okay. So he was holding it like this with his arm down?
Yes.
Okay. But you did see it.
Yes.
Did he point it at you?
No.
Okay. Dad says again, okay, stay calm. What bathroom? Where are you exactly? I'll call. That's at 12:59. Now, Keegan, the next time you text your family is 1:01. So by that time, by 12:59, we know you will have been in the bathroom for about 7 minutes. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I know this is hard, but can you tell the court what happened from 12:59 to 1:01?
He came back in.
The
And-
shooter?
Yes.
Okay.
Told me to stay put and for Justin to come out of the stall with him.
Okay. I want to back up a bit. Was there a point where Justin was giving you any other directions?
Yes.
What was he saying to you?
Before the shooter kicked open the stall, when we heard the shot close, he told me that when we hear them further away, we're gonna run. And he kind of mouthed it and signaled.
Okay. So that was his basically telling you how to escape.
Yes.
Okay. Did you say anything back to Justin?
I said okay. I kind of nodded my head.
Okay. And so after you heard the shooter come in, at some point, was Justin trying to understand if he was still there?
Yes.
When did that occur?
He after he kicked open the door and he walked back out and he was just in the bathroom.
And at this point, you can't see him, but you know he's still there?
Yes.
Okay. And what did Justin do?
He took out his phone camera and he held his phone down so that at an angle so that I could see if his feet were still there.
Okay, so there's the bathroom. You're crouching on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing
Yes.
behind that partition. Where did he put his phone?
I think it was kind of to the left of the
Right.
pole. Yes.
Right down there? Okay. And he put his camera on so that you could see the image that it was pointing at.
Yes.
And he said to you what?
He kind of mouthed, "Is he still there?"
And what did you say?
I couldn't tell.
Okay. So what did he do?
He kind of bent his head over to see his feet, and then he mouthed to me that he's still there.
Okay. And then what happened?
We just stayed quiet.
How long was it?
I don't know exactly, but it felt like forever.
And at some point, the shooter came back into the stall, correct?
Yes.
Keegan, both times when you saw him, did he have a gun?
Yes.
Was he nervous? Did he seem nervous?
No.
Did he seem panicked?
No.
Did he seem emotional?
No.
Was he crying?
No.
Were you or Justin aggressive in any way?
No.
Were you trying to defend yourself?
No.
Did you ever put your hands on him?
No.
Did you ever lunge toward him?
No.
How would you describe his demeanor, what he seemed like?
Kind of blank, kind of cold.
He comes back in the stall, and what does he do, Keegan?
He told me to stay put and for Justin to come out with him.
And what did Justin do?
He went out with him.
Okay. Did the door close at that point?
No.
So the stall's open, the door,
Yes.
and you're still on the toilet crouching.
Yes.
Okay. And what happens next, Keegan?
It was quiet for a second, and then I heard a shot.
And what did that sound like?
It's extremely loud.
At this point, it was 2 or 3 feet away from you?
Yes.
Okay. Keegan, what did you think when that happened?
I kind of didn't know what to think. My mind wasn't really believing that it happened.
How long before you saw the shooter again?
Just, I don't know exactly, but it wasn't long after that shot, he came back in.
After he told Justin to leave, did you hear Justin say anything?
I don't remember.
Okay. But Justin did as he asked.
Yes.
He didn't try to struggle or fight.
No.
Okay. At some point, he comes back into the stall.
Yes.
And what does he do?
He tells me to come out with him.
And how does he say it to you, or does he motion you?
I think he motioned. I don't remember exactly.
Keegan, at some point, you looked at the shooter and said, "Please."
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I think it was when me and Justin were just waiting in there.
He came in and you said, "Please."
Yes.
What did you mean?
I don't know. I was scared.
What did he do when he was in the stall? He motioned you out. Where was the gun?
On his side.
Okay. He's holding it down on his side?
Yes.
All right. And Keegan, what did you do after that?
I went out with him.
Okay. And what did he tell you to do anything?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. But to go over, he kind of signaled me to go over by Justin's body.
So let's talk about that. What did you see when you came out of the stall?
Justin's body in a pool of blood.
Was he laying face up or face down?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay. Do you remember where that blood was in relation to his body?
Around his head.
Okay. And the shooter tells you to do what?
Kind of signals me to go over by his body.
And what did you do?
When he moved the gun away from me, his side kind of, I ran behind his back and out the door.
Okay. Why did you do that?
Because I think when I saw his body, I realized that if I stayed, I was gonna die.
This is all happening between 12:59 and 1:01 when you finally texted your parents, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do after you ran? What did you see when you got outside?
I recall seeing another body with someone bent over it.
And where was that on the map, if we can pull that up?
I think it was around a corner just outside of the courtyard, kind of over there.
Okay. Keegan, at some point, did you learn who that was?
Yes.
And who was it?
Tate.
And what did you do at this point?
I just kept running as fast as I could.
And what were you trying to do?
Make as many turns as I could so that if he was chasing me, I'd lose him.
Okay. And you eventually ended up in the office?
Yes.
And did you see anybody?
Yes.
Who'd you see?
I ran and there was a officer with a gun who kind of guided me to go outside.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And how long were you outside, if you know?
Maybe a minute. It wasn't very long.
Okay. I want to go back to the text thread. So at 1:01, you texted, I just watched him kill someone. He put me up against the wall and I ran. I made it to the office. And that's at 1:03, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Above that, is that mom?
Yes.
Oh my God, Keegan, stay calm. Love you. Okay. Where were you at 1:03?
That was when I made it back to the office.
Okay, because somebody came out and got you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Keegan, I'd like to play the video surveillance of you leaving the bathroom and what happened after. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Is that you, Keegan?
Yes.
And when you
Up
say
at the
that,
top right,
thank you.
you're turning into the bathroom right now?
Yes.
Okay, so he has a backpack on and you had like red pajama bottoms?
Yes.
Why did you have pajama bottoms?
I don't know. Comfortable.
So you went into the bathroom. That's you going in, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then we cut images out and put together just images of you. Who's that, Keegan?
The shooter.
And he's going into the bathroom where you and Justin were?
Yes.
No, this is collapsed the time because we know it was about 8 minutes you were in that bathroom.
Yes.
Do you know who that student was?
No.
Okay. No, this is Kim Potts, who, did you know her at the time?
No.
Okay, she works for the school. She opened the bathroom door. I want to stop here for a second. The bathroom door, if you open it, you would see a wall, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you have to turn another corner to see the photo that we showed you.
Yes.
Okay. Does that make sense, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. Is that you, Keegan?
Yes.
And you're running as fast as you possibly can?
Yes.
And you didn't go the most direct way. Why is that?
To lose him, hopefully.
Did you know if he was behind you or not?
No.
Did you look to see?
No.
Is that you outside?
Yes.
Do you remember what you saw when you went outside? What were you?
I don't know.
And that's Mr. Ejak?
Yes.
And he comes and gets to you, right?
Yes.
And then you go to the office,
Yes.
and that's when you text your family.
Yes.
How long were you in the office that day?
Hours.
And how did you get home?
The police drove me.
So much later they drove you home?
Yeah.
Okay. Keegan, on that day, you said you didn't know Justin's name.
No.
Okay. And eventually did you learn it?
Yes.
And how did you learn it?
My friend sent me a photo and asked if that was him.
And you eventually learned that he was killed.
Yes.
And do you remember when you learned that?
A while later, I think my mom told me.
Okay. I've asked you before how you felt during that experience. And you said
Yeah, it
different
must
things,
be.
but
We're just not allowed to see it, so it must be Iris.
When exactly?
In the bathroom and trying to escape.
Oh, terrified, kind of blank. I remember I wasn't really able to breathe. I was kind of like hyperventilating, like scared.
I'm not going to ask you how you feel now or how long it took before you realized what had happened to you.
Okay.
Safe to say you were in shock for some time, correct?
Yeah, a long time.
Okay. And do you remember the first time you sort of broke down?
I think it was weeks after I saw a post about Justin and it kind of clicked.
And that day, when did you finally see your parents?
When after the cops drove me home, my parents were there waiting for me.
All right. The last thing I'm going to ask you, Keegan, is you have a tattoo on your arm.
Yes.
Can you tell the court what it is?
It's the date in Roman numerals with 4 hearts for the lives lost, and then a red one with a halo for Justin.
And why is the one for Justin red with a halo?
Because I kind of thought of it as if he didn't die in there, then I'd be dead right now.
Nothing further.
Thank you. Cross-examination. Please keep the court's comments in mind.
Your Honor, we have no questions for Mr. Gregory and no objection to his being excused at this time.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. You may step down. That being said, we're going to take about a 10-minute break.
Thank you, Judge.
See, there's no even questions. We've been through all this now for no questions. Hi, Denny, Dawn. Long time no see. Hope you're well. Funny that, but Ethan's mum helped that. Megan, yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I hope she's realised how bad a mother she's been. The school had gone through would be at school, not waiting at home. I know. The only thing that puts me to think, oops, snooze. Yes, it is Iris, Michigan. The only thing that I'd say probably is Sarah's that probably all the roads are blocked that you couldn't get to the school because if you remember the testimony yesterday, they said everything's blocked down and stuff. So they probably knew that they couldn't. I don't know. You still would make the effort to go to school, though, wouldn't you? You know, you'd still try and get there, but you probably couldn't reach the school. That's the only issue. So this is the same Michigan. So yeah, that is the exact same jurisdiction. So Michigan back to back. We've watched now. Yeah, best friend, the right everything, and hang on, let me just fast forward this now. They were super buddies in prison. I'm not sure if it's if they shared a jail or not. I don't know, but she counted her as her bestie. So yeah, Denny Dawn, you've been Miss Selection, Jesus, you're in here. What's the time now? There, it's 11, 10 past 11. They come back at 10 past 12. Oh, they're probably going for lunch about 1, half 1 again then. So yeah, that's where we're at. I think we're doing quite well. But I'm hoping that you guys are seeing now the fact that the impact statements, stuff, the defense, they're handcuffed. They're like, well, this has nothing to do with Miller, so they're not even asking questions. So in their minds, everything that all the testimony today so far, except for the first one, has been irrelevant to this case, which is a bit like annoying. Well, all got 10 minutes now to get your stuff, do what you need to do, get some tea, get some coffee. I don't think I'm doing a members only stream tomorrow. I think I'll be doing one probably next Saturday or next Friday. Depends on what trials are on next week. It's just for people to know. It'll be members only, so it'll be free flowing. There'll be plenty of singing, plenty of dancing, plenty of swearing, tops off, maybe. I don't know. We'll just do whatever we need to do. We'll just do whatever we need to do. But saying that, I got a habit of just doing things last minute, so I might even pop on tomorrow and do some. I don't know. I don't know. But Erin's in other streams today, but she's here in spirit and my heart, on my crotch. Erin, I can put her up here, can I? Erin, taco, 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 taco. Let's play with Erin's taco. So put it back on my crotch, friendly place. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure what people think of this. I've got over my anger now. What's the point of being angry? Oh, need my coffee now. Love it. I suppose it's break time, so everyone's gone off and done stuff now. So that's why you're all quiet, I hope. You know, all just like going, Jesus, shut up, man. Some people leaving, okay, that's fine. Hopefully you come back. If you do leave, that's fine. Just say you going. Everybody. Ah, where's my Amazon delivery? My Amazon deliveries. Right, let me just check that it's not been delivered by mistake or something. Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah. Everybody. Rock your body, right? Oh, so I don't know where though. Um. dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Let's look at my Sarah exactly. I just find it strange that she wanted to help the team when she doesn't even help her own. Now she wants Mother of the Year for Megan. I think that letter she helped her write was no, not been delivered. Yes, when's it due then? It's due between now and okay, next hour and a half is due. Anytime in the next hour and a half. Jesus, I hate that. Give me time. Ooh, I hope people are going to come back. We just lost pretty much everyone. So I hope you guys come back. Love you. Love you. I love you. I love you. Something. I love you. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Move surf is there. Is it done? No, just a break. 5 more minutes, break. We love you, we love you. So 10 minutes, he'll come back, and then we'll probably have another hour and a half, maybe, and then lunch. Kind of like Dharma's dad. Dharma told him he needed help. His dad did nothing except teach him how to dissect dead things and ship him off to others to fix, like the army and grandma, then acts shocked. K. 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 No, 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 no limit. No, no. Was writing a story she wanted out about how the jury didn't hear everything and our prosecutors didn't do their job. His mum thinks her and her husband is being unruly punished and being treated. Yeah, to be fair though, I thought that at the start that they were why are they punishing the parents? Um, but then obviously now you hear this, starting to hear the stories like, well, actually, yeah, Jesus, you bought him a gun. You didn't. You knew he had issues. You bought him a gun, took him shooting, and let him keep the gun. That's irresponsible parenting, in my opinion. Ugh. Then who am I? Who am I to comment? Because I don't know anything about guns. I know zero about guns. The only guns I know about are these guns. Why? Oh, my recliner. My recliner is nice. Right, I need to go in here, I do. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I can't wait. Tomorrow, tomorrow's a day away. Here they come, slowly but surely. Alright, well, I suspect that she just happened to be helping Megan, and too bad she wasn't a mother to her own child. Well, hopefully she's realised how much of a crap mother she was, and is like, you know, I couldn't help my own son, so hopefully I can help her out. But she's messed it up. We've done that. We are going to Ibiza. We are going to. We are going to Ibiza too. Right, I'm trying to find other stuff here. Trial wise, I don't know. I looked up this week and they all got cancelled. So in terms of trials, I'm just gonna go with the flow with it. In some ways, I should have done show business this week. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's right or wrong. There's no. Well, I mean, there is right or wrong, but can't find this. Apparently, Melly is staying with the same lawyers. and they probably did a good job. So just gotta wait for that now. Hang on, you go twits. Let me go on twits for a second. I got nothing to say about this trial. I just think this morning so far has been a total waste of time. That is my opinion. This kid was let down by his own parents. Yes, they were too busy with their own lives. It seems they neglected him and gave him things instead of spending time talking to him and helping him. Just so sad. Yeah, that is very, very true. They should spend more time with your kids, people, innit? But no, here you go, there's a PlayStation for you, or whatever it was. Right now we can go and smoke marijuana now. Leave us alone. Or if we don't, we'll just take it away from you. You got to feel sorry for the kids in terms of that. But overall, doesn't excuse what he did as well, in my opinion, anyway. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning today. Come on, Judge. Let's start it back on time. We're late already, Judge. Come on. We need lunch or dinner for me. Or chicken thighs for dinner. So come on. None of this testimony has anything to do with whether Ethan could be. Nope. It's really kind of cruel to make these kids. Yep. Make sure anything else. Nope. And as we said earlier on, Sarah, and they're gonna have to go through it all again. See what the person's trying to get with all this. One, why did it doesn't check? They don't check because the judge will say nothing. You just go be like, overruled, overruled. But so the defense making a point, going, well, we've got no questions for them because this literally has nothing to do with with the Miller ruling. And it's just, I think this judge is really inexperienced, or he's just like, you know what, there wasn't a trial, so let's have a trial here, so that people can listen to it, which is not the right thing to do. I just don't get it. Let me put the volume on. More noise now. Dee 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 dee. Dee, 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 dee. Da, 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 da. Possibly. No, well, no, I think it has to be separate because he's a minor. I think it has to be done separately, I think. So, and then after this, there'll be a sentencing another time then. And I don't think they were prepared for this, the motion at, at trial point. But because he went guilty, he was like, okay, we're done. Here we go. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not interested today. I'm not. I'm not up for it today. So apologies for that. I've not got the energy today. I don't know why it is. I'm lacking energy. Might be to do with the case at this trial. I don't, at this hearing. I don't know, but I don't know.
All rise.
Thank you. All may be seated.
Your Honor, calling People versus Ethan Crumbley, case number 2022-279-506-FC.
Thank you. Appearances.
Karen McDonald on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Mark Keast on behalf of the people.
David Williams on behalf of the people.
Call up Michelle Lofton on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Amy Happ on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Deborah H. McKelvey on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Thank you and good afternoon. Well, good morning again to all counsel. You may all be seated. With that being said, people, you may call your next witness.
The people call Christy Gibson Marshall.
Ma'am, you're going to walk to the witness stand. You're going to stand in the witness box. Face my clerk to be sworn, please.
Please raise your right hand. Under penalty of perjury, do you swear or affirm the statements you're about to make to this court will be the whole truth? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And ma'am, if you could, please state your full name for the record and spell your last name.
Christy Gibson Marshall, GIBSON-MARSHALL.
Thank you. And you have a very light voice, so if you could, please keep your voice up for me so we can make sure that you're caught by our video recording system. With that being said, please speak like you're speaking to someone at the very back of the courtroom, okay? If you can.
I can.
Thank you. People, your witness.
I think maybe your assistant principal voice would is called for.
I'll pull out my PE voice.
Could you, is it okay if I call you Christy?
Yes, of course.
Christy, what do you do for a living?
I'm an assistant principal at Oxford High School.
Okay, you're gonna have to keep your voice up.
Okay,
Okay. You're an assistant principal at Oxford High School, correct?
correct. Yes.
And how long have you held that position?
That position, I just finished my 5th year in that position.
Okay,
I've been in the district. I start my 29th year on Monday.
okay. And I still can't quite hear you.
Okay,
Your 29th year?
on Monday I started. Yep.
Okay. And how long have you had a position in the high school?
5 years this position, this assistant principal position. Years ago, I was a teacher there.
Okay. Where were you before you came to the high school?
I was an elementary principal.
I want to get this on the record as quick as we can and address it. You actually know the defendant, correct?
I do.
Okay. And you have known him for how long?
He was a student at my elementary school, Ethan was, and he transferred in about 3rd or 4th grade. Sorry, he transferred into to Oxford schools about 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay. And over the years, how much interaction have you had with him?
Just hellos and hugs and stuff that I do with all the kids.
And what do you do with all the kids?
I try to bring a lot of energy to the building. So hellos, hugs, care about them, support them, do what I can to make sure that they're feeling okay.
Okay. And that's something you did in elementary school as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to take you to November 30th of 2021. That was the beginning of the school year, the first quarter, and the defendant was a student. He was a sophomore at the time, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And how much interaction had you had with him as the assistant principal of the high school since he was in high school?
None, very little, just hellos or greetings.
Okay, and ever had any kind of conversation with him during high school?
Nothing beyond just greetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to interact with him from an administrative point of view, discipline, anything?
No, absolutely not.
Ever met with his
Very good point there, Sarah.
in the high school?
No,
Okay. So you were not called upon as an assistant principal to ever have an interaction with the defendant unless it was just the hellos and hugs?
correct.
Okay. Around 12:30 on November 30th, where were you in the building, if you can remember?
I was in the cafeteria supervising lunches.
And is that the commons right
That-
up there?
Yeah, up there would be the commons.
Okay. Is that something you do every day?
It's the most fun of the day because the kids are relaxing and it's a good time to interact and check in with them.
Okay. And at some point, did that lunch period end?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do afterwards?
I walked down the, I don't even know what that hallway number is. I don't even know if it has a number, John Hill's hallway, down towards the senior courtyard, senior window, to help supervise there. So I stopped about there on that corner. The senior window would be to my right.
What's the senior window?
Senior window is where the seniors hang out and chit chat. It's kind of like their space that is not infiltrated with any freshmen.
Okay.
And so therefore it's like their spot.
All right. And why do you hang out there, Christy?
Well, I go just to make sure that the kids can get through because it is a big intersection of the building. So there's a lot of traffic there. So I will go and I call it a senior citizen window when I'm standing in there and I try to move traffic through. Yeah.
Is that where you were doing on that day?
I was heading that direction, yes.
Okay. At what point did you notice something was unusual?
A student went running by that I know pretty well, and he was yelling, "Get the hell out of here!" And I,
He was yelling, I'm sorry, what?
"Get the hell out of here!" And kind of caught my ear and didn't know what was happening. But then there were some other kids kind of rushing behind him, and so then I was asking what's going on, and they said we don't know, and they were laughing and running. So I didn't know what was happening at that point.
Did you think anything serious was happening?
That's a good idea, Iris.
Not with the first bunch of kids.
Okay.
No. I did get on my walkie and say, "There's a bunch of kids running. Do we have anything happening?" You know, just asking on the walkie.
Do you always carry the radio?
I try to always carry my radio, yes.
Okay, and who is connected by that radio?
There's several in the office, the counseling office, the main office.
Yes, I agree,
the
Sarah.
principals,
Amen. Anything.
TC, which is our teacher consultant, some of our social workers, some of our classrooms.
How many assistant principals are there?
There was 2 at the time, now there's 3.
And then is there also then a principal?
Yes,
Okay, and what's the principal's name at the time?
Steve Wolf.
Okay. So you radio and say, is there anything going on?
Yeah. Yes, just about after, almost immediately after I'd asked about the kids rushing, someone came over the PA system and said that we needed to implement Alice protocols.
Who was the person that made that announcement?
I believe it was Steve Wolf.
And when he says Alice protocols, did you know if it was, did he say this is a drill or not a drill?
I don't remember.
Did you think it was a drill?
Based on what I was seeing, I knew something was happening.
Okay. What are you trained to do in Alice protocol, active shooter training?
So the alert would be the announcement. Students then go to lockdown as quick as possible, try to take cover.
And lockdown is behind a door, implementing the night lock, correct?
Putting the night lock in, barricading the door, creating a safe space, grabbing objects that you could counterattack with if you needed to.
And Chrissy, all the students get that training, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So the defendant would have had that training.
yes,
So he would have known what kids were supposed to be doing.
yes.
Go ahead.
So do you want me to carry on with where we walked? Okay, so then,
I want you to say what you're
we're
trained-
supposed to
what
do,
you're trained to
continue to do. So
And
then,
by no means do I mean that to say that you did anything wrong, but we will hear in a minute what you did do. But what are you assigned to do in that Alice protocol?
so in theory, once everybody gets to the rooms, then they would come over the PA system. Somebody would come over the PA system and inform us of what is either happening or what the next steps would be. So if they knew that if they had the situation contained, they would announce that and allow people to evacuate. Or if people are aware that their area is safe or they have an external window, they could exit.
Where are you supposed to go?
Me, I'm supposed to lock down in the wherever I can lock down.
You're supposed to be behind a door with a night lock on it or something similar with a barricade.
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you did?
No.
What did you do?
I first checked the hallway that I always check. The 400 hallway is the hallway that I always check,
And
which is the one that goes, straight down that.
the record should reflect that she's pointing to on the map, the center hallway, which is what they call the 400.
The 400, yeah.
Thank you. So reflective.
So I started to go down that hallway just to
Sarah,
check to make sure
Lovely,
everybody was
Sarah.
locked
Well
down.
done, Iris and
And
Sarah.
here-
Sports is really important.
Kids in the hallway, still a bunch
Oh.
of kids?
No, it when the Alice alert went, the hallways cleared just so fast.
Okay.
So I was the only one in that hallway, just walking and checking. A teacher did come out to lock his door. A student came up that was late and saying, "Is it a drill?" And I said, "It doesn't matter if it's a drill, just get in there and lock down, please." And so we got him in there, and then I started back down the hallway. I heard some gunshots, and so
What did you hear exactly? What did it sound like?
it sounded like two pieces of lumber being smacked together.
Did you recognize it immediately as a gunshot?
I don't remember how I processed it, to be honest with you. Just because I know what I know now, I don't know.
Did you tell where it was coming from? Was it close? Was it far?
It was down towards the 200 hallway,
Okay.
and that's the big
Yep.
circle at the
Yes.
bottom.
Okay. And so you heard these two gunshots that you weren't sure were gunshots at this point, but and then
Yeah,
what did you
yes.
do?
And then I started to walk towards them because I needed to go find out. In my head, I needed to go help.
Okay. So just to set the scene here, there's an active shooter protocol that's being implemented.
So
Let's go
true,
flat
Iris.
down. Instead, you head down 400, and then you heard gunshots, and you headed towards the.
And they'll do the
gunshots.
same to their kids.
Okay. And what happened after that?
I could smell what I called cap gun. I didn't know it to be gun powder. I got on the walkie and I said to them that I heard some shots, and then shortly after I said that I could smell what smelled like cap gun.
Is anyone responding to you?
Kurt Noose responded to me first and asked where I was.
What did you say?
So then in the 200 hallway,
She's used to. She's got
he
four
said
now.
that's a very big hallway. And I think he needed more direction. And so I let him know I was by the 400 hallway.
So is that dot right there about where you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what could you see at that point?
When I turned the corner, I could see a student walking towards me.
You turned which corner?
I turned the corner and went to what would be my left, and
Okay.
you're right on this.
Okay, so
Yes.
you saw somebody right there.
Yeah.
or way
down
further
the
down the
hallway.
hall.
Yeah, down the hallway.
And can you move it down about where?
Probably by 218, room 218.
Okay. Did you recognize who the student was?
Not at that point, no.
Can you describe the student? What
Um,
did you see at that point?
I saw a student putting his arm down.
Down from like a shoulder length height
yeah,
position?
Yes. And then
What was the student wearing? Light clothes, dark clothes?
a hoodie, a hood was up. We were all in masks at that time. The hood was long, kind of down like around the knuckles, so I only could see a little bit of the gun.
So you could see a gun.
Yes.
And what did you do?
I got on the walkie and said that I have eyes on the shooter.
And then did someone respond to you?
I don't know. I don't remember. They probably did.
Okay. What did you do?
I kept walking towards him.
Okay. I have to ask, why did you walk towards the shooter?
I needed to help.
Okay. And what did you see?
There was a student on the ground.
Laying on the ground? Okay. And is that red dot about where that student was?
Yes.
Did you know who the student was?
Not at the time, no.
So what did you do?
So there was a garbage can between me and the student. I moved the garbage can out of the way
And at this point, where is the person with the gun?
Just up ahead a little bit,
Was he walking towards you or walking away?
walking towards me.
At some point, did he pass by you?
When he got closer, I realized it was Ethan. And I just thought, it couldn't be Ethan. He wouldn't do that. And so I talked to him.
What did you say?
Said, "Are you okay? And what's going on?"
At this point, were you processing that he had used the gun and shot other people or could have?
Initially, I thought there's no way it could be him. So I didn't know if maybe he recovered it. And so that's why I talked to him.
I mean, picked it up off the ground. Okay, when he was close enough to see who he was, can you describe what his demeanor was?
When I started talking to him, he looked away from me, but kept walking. He just walked past me.
Was he walking in a frantic, panicked way?
He was very calm.
Did he speak to you?
He didn't speak to me, and that's when I figured something was really wrong, because I feel like he would have told me what was going on.
He walked past you, correct?
He walked past me.
Did he point the gun at you?
Not that I saw.
Okay. What did you do when he walked past you?
I turned to walk with him for a second, and that's when I was talking to him. And then I had to get back to the student who was on the ground because
That was your focus?
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
We're going to play a video of what you just described.
For playing
And
that,
the video cannot be viewed, Your Honor. It's
thank you. And the cameraman's indicating that he's not recording this, but before you play this video, again, if there's anyone in the courtroom that wishes to step out at this time, please feel free to step out at this time. Thank you. People,
Here we go again. Another muted video.
Let us know when you're in the image, please.
I'm in the image there at the kind of the left side of the screen. I have a
You're
mask
wearing
on.
a
Yellow. Yeah.
gold jacket.
Yeah.
And is this where a student came running by and said, "Get the hell out of here"?
Yeah, that's where that's the location I was in when he did.
Okay, let us know when you see that person.
Okay.
Shouldn't laugh at that one, but
There,
that lady
right
last
there.
time.
There's a student who said it. And then,
Those are
there's-
students running, correct?
correct.
Sense.
And then I stopped some students to see what was going on there. And they told me they didn't know. That's when I said there's kids walking in the hall or running in the hallway.
Okay.
And this is after the Alice. They called the Alice protocol somewhere in there. So then I went down this hallway, letting them know what I was seeing.
Okay,
So
is that
that's
the
Ethan.
defendant? Okay.
Yes.
And can you see him at this point? Where are you?
I was at the top of the hallway. I didn't
Is
see
that
him.
you?
That is me.
Okay, but you hadn't seen him at this point?
No.
Okay. One moment
This is
here.
the teacher that I'm checking in with. Another teacher didn't have their door closed. I was checking in to close their door. And now I'm coming down to make the turn. This is when I said I smelled gunfire, cap gun. And you'll see me pause at some point here because that's when I see Ethan right there.
Is that when you?
That's that when I stepped aside, that's when I saw him.
Is that when you radioed, "You have eyes on the shooter"?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
That's the student.
Okay. And where is the defendant at this point?
Down the hallway ahead of us.
Okay. We're going to continue to play this. That's you moving the trash can to get to that student?
Yeah, and I nudged him with my foot to just tell him to stay there.
Are you talking to him at this point?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that the defendant?
That's Ethan. Yes.
And he's got the gun in his hand?
Yes.
And that's when you say to him, what's going on?
Yes. And then I walk and I'm talking on the walkie and saying he just walked past me. Walked for a little bit and then I lost him. And then I was too far away from the student. And so then I went to the student. And this is when
Okay, Christy. You don't know where the shooter is at this point?
he's behind me.
Okay. And you don't know the state of this student on the ground?
No.
And you don't know who it is?
No.
Quickly, though, you realized who it is. Can you,
He's not allowed to film any of it.
what happened?
I rolled the student over and it was Tate Muir.
And how did you know Tate?
I had Tate and his brothers from elementary school all the way through high school. I've known Tate since he was about 3.
And how could you have known him since he was 3?
His brothers were in my school, his older brothers, and so he was coming to school with mom. Mom was involved in our PTO.
And what was that like for you?
We could take a moment, please. When you're ready, ma'am, please let us know.
It was crushing, and I had to help him.
So
I
what-
just need to save him for his mom.
How did you try to help him? Could you see that he was wounded anywhere?
Yeah, I could feel the entrance wound in the back of his head. I could see that the bullet had exited through his eye. When I put my hand down on the ground, I put my hand in what would have been his eyeball.
Oh, see, swept,
Immediately
stranger.
started to begin take his pulse and check his vitals as best as I could, and then
At some point, you were trying to get his backpack off, correct?
I was trying to get his backpack off, but he's a big dude and I couldn't get it off of him. He's so heavy and I was unable to move him.
He was athletic and
Very strong. Yeah.
okay. At some point, you did begin giving him life-saving breaths, correct?
I did.
Okay. Were you radioing to anybody trying to get help?
I was, and Kurt News came
Okay.
immediately, really shortly after me starting to get there, and he helped me get the backpack off.
Just,
Did you see anything
yeah.
else going on while you were doing this?
No.
Okay.
At that point, I was just focused on Tate.
When you started giving him breaths, were you making any, did you feel like you were helping him?
I just kept talking to him,
And what were you saying?
that I love him, that I needed him to hang with me.
Chrissy, what color was he?
It was blue. But when I was giving him breaths, he was getting lighter, so I just thought they were helping. So I kept giving the breaths.
How long did you do that?
Felt like forever, until they took him away from me. And then when they took him away from me, I was telling him to keep giving him breaths. He needs air. I could taste his blood. was so much blood. It was all over me. Took me a long time, months, probably almost a year to get the taste of Tate's blood out of my mouth.
Christy, did you see the defendant after that?
He, at some point while I was giving breaths, the police had arrived and he came out with his hands up and he was on his knees with his hands up. And they were trying to figure out who he was. And he didn't answer them. I don't think he answered him when he said his name or they asked for his name. And so I got up from Tate to run over and say, his name's Ethan. And then I ran back to Tate because I didn't want to leave Tate for too long.
Did Tate, do you think, recognize your voice? Do you have any?
I hope so. I don't know. He didn't give me any response. There was no response from him. I called for an AED. They brought me one. He had a pulse, so I just kept giving breaths.
And you could get his color to change with each breath?
To about a gray.
After he
Thank you, Wendy, as always. Thanks for popping in.
took
Thanks for
Ethan
giving a
out,
like as well.
They did it after Ethan
It's quite sad testimony right now.
was secured.
Right, just in case people think, right, I'm not a heartless bastard, right? This is impactful, and my heart's breaking for this woman, that what she went through. And my heart's breaking for all of them must have given testimony. My only issue is that it's in the wrong place. This is heartbreaking to listen to. But yeah, we'll see what defense says now.
They took Tate. And like
how long were you at that school that day?
10:30 at night. I don't know. I couldn't leave.
Nothing further.
Thank you. Cross-examination.
I have no questions for this witness. Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, ma'am, thank you for being here. You may be excused, and you may also leave the courthouse.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, it's almost noon. At this time, we're going to break for lunch. We will return at 12:40 p.m. I do need everyone to be seated so that the deputies can take the defendant out of the courtroom.
Your Honor, one final thing. The people rest.
Okay, people rest. Thank you. And so when we come back, defense, I will then hear your case in chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, I do need everyone to be seated so the defendant can exit the courtroom.
You're gonna maybe briefly approach when the defendant.
Yes.
I was muted. Yeah, right. So hi, Steve. Hi, hello, Murphy. Hi, Iris. Thank you, Sarah. He's crying because he cares about this one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he obviously does. I, I genuinely feel for that woman. I genuinely do. but it's just the fact that it's the wrong place. The day has had zero relevance on this case. What time did they say? Did anyone hear? I didn't hear what time he said. They're coming back from lunch. Bollocks. Breaks my heart, all of it. Yes. The only thing I say is, I've said it earlier on, and yes, I'm a cunt for saying, but they should have done it today. They're going to do all this again in a month or whenever they're doing sentencing. Well, cops done in between. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Hello, Cheetos. Cheetos. Cheetos loves it. Cheetos. Cheetos. Yeah. I'm not sure what time they're coming back after lunch, though. That's the only problem. Um, I think they probably take an hour, won't they? Right. Iris, you just love licking Cheetos. I know. It's all about a lick, isn't it? Right then. Oh, Sarah P. What would I do without Sarah P in this chat? I don't know.
I hope so. I don't know. He didn't give me any response. There was no response from him. I called for an AED. They brought me one. He had a pulse, so I just kept giving breaths.
And you could get his color to change with each breath.
To about a gray.
After he was taken away, or if they took him to get help, correct?
They did it after Ethan was secured. They took tape in like
How long were you at that school that day?
10:30 at night. I don't know. I couldn't leave.
Nothing further.
Thank you. Cross-examination.
I have no questions for this witness. Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, ma'am, thank you for being here. You may be excused. You may also leave the courthouse.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, it's almost noon. At this time, we're going to break for lunch. We will return at 12:40 p.m. I do need everyone to be seated so that the deputies can take the defendant out of the courtroom.
You're at our one final.
12:40.
The people rest.
Okay, people rest. Thank you.
So 12:40, but I mean, we know what this is like. Hang on, put that into mute. So, okay, so geez, I need to get my gear on then to get some food done. Right. Sarah's posted the link to the next one. So please utilize that. I've got like literally about half an hour now to get my dinner down me, stuff it down me, squeeze it down me. Right. With that, love you all. Hopefully, please join me for the next one. With Sarah's put in there with Sarah's message now, so I can put it on the top. Here is Sarah P. 12:40 their time, so literally 35 minutes. 35 minutes, guys. What? Retracted? Did you just retract it? Right, okay, yeah, so it's literally in about 35 minutes. Thanks, Sarah. I'll pin it up here, so it's always going to be there for you guys. Yeah, he's crying about the teacher. Go to report it, replace pin message. Done. So please use that link to go over to the next one. And yeah, I'll see you all you fuckers in about 35 minutes. Or 30 minutes now. Right, dirty bitches. Love you all. Thanks for coming in here. I just got to rush because I need to put stuff in the oven. I've only got 30 minutes. Ah! Right. Love you all. See you in a bit. Ta-da.